you all a few moments to come on in. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. We are here for part 2. We're having a watch party today with this unhinged baby daddy who thinks he's a boss, who can't lead his own life, but he's looking for a woman to boss around. I was stunned by part 1, and we are going to come together again for part 2. We're going to watch this together. I am taking down my braids that I've had in for a little more than a month. It was timed though, because the braids started taking themselves down. So we're going to just stay here and we're going to do the rest of it. This is my au natural underarm. And trust and believe there are plenty of wonderful aromatic pheromones coming from under there. You know what's really funny? In the show Lost, all of the women had shaved underarms, marooned on an island for 4 years, and they had shaved underarms, shaved legs, and tweezed eyebrows. This is the patriarchy and their fantasy of what it looks like to be out in the wild. The men had beards, but the women's were well coiffed and trimmed. Unbelievable. Yes, Alexa, we are back in the building. Welcome back in. We are looking at part 2 of Kendra G Singles Live. We're doing a watch party. And this is basically a man who has a 9-month-old daughter with a white woman. So he was in West Virginia and dated and mated with white women all the while. But then once he got stuck with that baby, because the white woman he had the child with left him and the child. And she's living her life. But this is not uncommon. These women who these black men would impregnate, they would leave them in orphanages all over the world. Passport Bro is nothing new, but they would leave the babies in orphanages and the children would be mistreated. But now there are ways to find these men and make them be accountable. And he has taken on sole and full custody of his daughter. He has a lot of crazy demands. And people are noticing the cinder blocks on the wall behind him. I mean, if you take a look, you see the cinder blocks, right? You see this? Or something is going on there. They're noticing that it didn't look too copacetic. And people let it be known that the man was in a shelter. People found out he was in a shelter somehow. The man has multiple felonies. He has a lot going on. He works at a pizza shop and he is looking for a woman that he can lead. And he can't even lead his damn self. He's talking about being a provider and a protector, but who's going to feel protected around a person where you can't express yourself, where you can't be free? He's looking for a free wet nurse and nanny to come and give her labor to raise his offspring and have no say in how she's raised because he doesn't take feedback, right? So, yes, absolutely. And Alexa is talking about something that is coming up very soon. So I'm just going to say, wait and see, wait and see. But yeah, so this is where we're at. The people are coming back in. So you are early. We are just getting ready to get started. And I am taking out my braids and I've got to figure out how to do this. I'm so happy to have some of this hair off of my head because I like my hair short, but you know, I'm a grad student. And so not only do I get meal prep, but I also decided to get my hair braided and just make my life simpler. So somebody say he's a picky peasant. Oh my lordy, he's a picky peasant. Lord. Okay, JD Vance. A picky peasant. Lord have mercy. All right. He could be lying about being a single dad. If he was, I'm sure somebody would have blown up his spot by now. And Sandra is saying, Tonya TKO, you're the greatest one of women content creators that's putting out the truth. Oh, thank you, my girl. Thank you. Thank you. Are those bricks back there? I don't know. It just looks weird with all that paint on it. Like if this, if you look at the state of the house, of the place that he's in, you see that radiator or whatever this is over here, the cinder blocks or the brick wall that's not even, it's not even chipped off like they do in the lofts, you know, to make it all fancy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, is there a troll in here? Oh my gosh. Who is the troll? I don't see troll. Where? Where? Oh, there. I see. Already. This is how we getting down at the very beginning. Yo, Mima. I don't even have the pay. I don't even have it in me to get up and do our dance. He was just so silently blocked. Let's get our timer up. Let's reset. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There we go. We're going to do a 40-minute timer. All right. Thank you, Elle. Thank you. Round of applause for Elle. And for those of you who weren't on the first show, go ahead and give Elle a happy belated birthday. She is our illustrious, she is our amazing admin. And I know we do need to have a block party, but I feel tired right now. I just finished eating. I made some delicious chickpea curry. I'm doing some blood tests on Tuesday, so I stopped taking my supplements and stopped eating seafood. So I eat salmon. So I stopped eating salmon. Even though my salmon is flown in, it's wild caught Alaskan salmon, I decided to stop eating salmon. I stopped taking my supplements. And so I made me a chickpea curry with quinoa so I could make sure that I got my protein. And I grinded up my herbs and my spices. And I have found the secret to delicious curry, and you won't believe what it is. The secret is ginger. And I did not know that. Ginger and black pepper and mustard seed, but very, very little mustard seed, fennel, cumin, and turmeric, of course. And what do you call this thing? Oh, it's a little pod, and it has all of these little shells in it. Ugh, why can my brain not remember? What is this called? What is it called? It's there's a green one, cardamom. There's green and black. So I use green and black cardamom. I grind them up, toast them in the pan. I learned how to make my own curry during the pandemic, but I didn't think that ginger was important, and I could not get my curry to taste right. And then like a few weeks ago, I was just like, let me just put ginger in here because I didn't think ginger was important, but oh my goodness. And then another trick that I did, I like coconut milk in my curry. So I like a mix between like an Indian Thai curry. I do not cook the coconut milk. So I put it in at the end, and I let it cool down a little bit. And then I pour in my fresh coconut milk, and then I slowly fold it in. I don't cook the coconut milk in there, and it has such a beautiful, beautiful flavor. So I went and ate that, right? And I went and ate that, and I just feel so full right now. So in 40 minutes, we're going to get up and dance. But by now, but what we're going to do now is we are going to get into today's video. So yeah, so I actually have a stone, like I have a granite mortar and pestle. So like I tried the wood one, but the wood, because like the wood one is, I'm sure, good for doing guacamole or something else. I don't know. But I have a heavy stone one. I do not use Amazon anymore. I go direct to the manufacturers, or I buy from the seller. And I take that heavy mortar and pestle and I grind up those seeds, toast them. I did put also a little bit of red pepper in there, toasted. And you know, mustard seeds are supposed to be like an antioxidant and anti-cancer, a lot of great things. But if you put too many of it in there, it will become bitter. I learned the hard way during the pandemic because I was like, oh, these mustard seeds are so cute. And I thought about the faith of a mustard seed. And I said, oh, let me put so much. So I actually, my chickpeas are a 2-day process. Also, kombu. It's a seaweed. When you boil your beans in kombu, I wanted to do a cookbook years ago, but I never got around to doing the cookbook. But I probably, when before all is said and done, I will most likely have a cookbook. Seaweed is the key to not being gassy after eating beans. So if you cook your beans, even canned beans, if you cook them for a little while, just continue to heat them in the seaweed like kombu, it'll because there's a protein on the shell or whatever it is. Something happens inside your gut and it causes a disturbance that turns into extra air, that turns into flatulence. I know this has nothing to do with the video, but I'm giving you all a chance to get in because some of you are coming in late, right? Creative is saying mustard seeds are GMO. How are they GMO? Tell me how they're GMO. Mustard seeds have been around since the biblical days. Tell me why you feel that they're GMO. Because the herbs and spices that I get, I make sure that I get organic. In some cases, what do you call that? Ethically and sustainable. And I do not get the ones that are dried out or oils that are extracted with hexane. So I get organic. And there is a way that you can dry out your garlic and your stuff and then make it yourself. Second best is organic. So you can do it yourself, right? And so tell me, what are your thoughts, right? Tell me, what are your thoughts? Alexa says we need a cooking by TKO series. Yeah, we do. Let me get through grad school first before I go to culinary school, right? Creative is saying they're made in a lab. How so? How so? Let me Google this. Let me Google this real quick. Because you're saying that mustard seeds are made in a lab, but mustard seeds have been around since the Bible days. Where did they have the GMO labs back then in the Bible days? There was a woman, what's this song? Long, she had been sick so very long. But she heard how Jesus was coming through. And so she joined the gathering throngs. Oh, I can't think of the rest of it. When she touched him, the Savior didn't see, but still he turned around and said, somebody touched me. Let's see, where do mustard seeds come from? Okay, so let's see here. It says mustard seeds come from the pods of the mustard plants. Various mustard plants such as white mustard, Sinapis albi, and brown mustard, Brassica junca, produces these seeds. These plants are primarily cultivated in countries like India, Pakistan, Canada, and Nepal. So tell me, what do you mean when you say that mustard seeds are? Because listen, let me tell you, I grew kale seeds and I grew collard seeds last year. But you all know that I became unwell about the middle of the year and I never got a chance to harvest my seeds and they kind of went bad on the vine. But I did create, and I was trying to make a krail, like a kale collard, right? I was trying to make a collard green kale. So I put the kale and the collard greens close together and I let the bees do their thing, pollinating in the area. But so yeah. Yeah. So nonetheless, so listen, my only reason for looking that up is because, far too often we just hear something online and then we just run with it. Mustard seeds, mustard has been around since early man and woman. So has fermentation. So we just have to be careful with what it is that we're saying. And Thick is saying only heirloom seeds are not genetically modified. I don't know. I know that heirloom seeds are said to be non-modified. However, modifications are not, I'd say modifications are not inherently bad. It depends on what the modification is. I put two plants next to each other last year for them to be modified into a different plant, a kale collard. That's what I wanted. Let's get into the video because we're doing too much right now. We're doing too much. Everybody has gotten in here now, so let's go ahead and jump into this video. This is on Kendra G's single. We are coming back in for part 2 of this man who has a 9-month-old, and he is on her show dating, but people found out that he was in a shelter, and she's going to blow up his spot. There we go.
You got the baby again, awesome. Yeah, I just she what she like to do is she like to wake up, see, and I tried to, every now and then she'd just wake up on her own. I was trying to get her to go back to sleep, but I don't think that's going to happen. She probably go back to sleep if I rock her. So, well, awesome. He was on the show on Saturday, and before I start to, I got you. You told me, everybody, I'm gonna get to the people in queue, so y'all don't go nowhere. I'm gonna talk to Awesome, but if you ain't queue, you will get an interview. Yeah. So don't hang up. So I'm gonna say that to people in queue. But I know you got the hen house. Hello? You don't let the fox in the hen house. What does that mean? They're not gonna like you if you do this interview with me. They're gonna hate you. No, they're gonna like me. What are you talking about? Okay.
Look at this baby face. She's already tired of his bullshit. Look at the baby face. The baby's over it. I mean, just look at the baby. The baby is like, oh my Lord, I was born into this family. I didn't came into the BS. Look at the baby. No, they're gonna like me. What are you talking about? Okay. All right. Listen, who you are represent you. Hi, okay. Cutie. Look at the cute baby. The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to woman who has no kids. That's not an option for him. Have to be willing to have kids. Be a mother to his child. Mm-hmm. Do not eat your steak medium well. That is not. It shows you don't know how to act, child. Be open-minded to the steak that he's going to order for you because he orders for his woman. He's not negotiating that. Get with the program or get lost. Is that right?
Yes. So far, basically. Well, let me ask you a couple things. Okay. Are you calling me from a shelter? Yes. Let me say this. First of all, Kendra, how do you like the suit? I came over here looking like a Reese cup. Figure one of these sisters might want to, Well, I gotta keep remember I got my daughter here, so that's number one. So I hope. Let's start with number one. Yeah. Okay, because I never did a reaction video to my show, but you had me do a reaction video to your video. And one thing I said, men with money talk the way you talk. Now you got to have money to talk the way you talk. Awesome. You can't be living in a shelter and making those demands. Yeah. Okay. Now, are you finished? May I speak? I'm not finished, but you can speak. Okay. Well, go ahead. I mean, we're gonna be having a dialogue. Okay. Number one, I can. Because I can because I did. That's number one. Number two, I've always been like this. I don't let money make me. Let me say something, Kendra. Let's just get right down to the root of the issue. The root of the issue is that a lot of black women just don't like black men. They don't respect black men. You hear this? That's the core of the issue. I don't deal with symptoms. I deal with the cause. You don't like black men, so you don't respect black men. So whatever, you always want to come. If I were white and doing the very same thing, taking care of my daughter, women would say, what a great guy he is. They would say, look at him. Look at why this white man doing this, but black men don't take care of their children. Let me give you a little bit of my backstory. I literally left the streets to take care of her. CPS tried to take her from me 4 different times. CPS called. I mean, you might want to listen to them. I mean, he's a 45-year-old man with gray beard talking about he left the streets. Nigga, what has the streets done for you? You've been in jail several times with multiple felonies and spending a total of about 16 years in prison. He was out there sticking and pricking his dick here and there and everywhere until a woman said, nah, I ain't taking care of this baby, and left him with the child. And he left the streets, and now he's looking for an unpaid nanny, and he lives in a damn shelter. What were you doing in the streets that you have no money now? And let me tell you, men with money don't sound like this. He sounds like a broke motherfucker. And I don't know why Kendra G is not calling him out on this. She's saying men with money talk like this. No, men with money don't talk like this. Men with money have confidence. This is not confidence. This is braggadocio. Called me today to try to take my daughter from me. I have to do certain things. and do certain and go through certain protocols in order to make sure she's safe. So let me say this. Number one, yes, I did work at Popeyes. I did a video on that on my channel. I will. I
What the fuck is going on, this nigga? Wait a damn minute. This is a fast food employee working for $7 a damn hour, talking about he's the boss of the house, and he's the leader. He hasn't been able to lead himself out of minimum wage employment. He's a single father living in a shelter with a baby whose mother has abandoned him and her. This is how it's so little that she thought of him and the baby that she said, I ain't taking care of your offspring. You're crazy. And she left the baby with him. And CPS tried 4 times to save the child from him because they saw the conditions under which the child was living. And so the conditions were so bad that this shelter is a better alternative to how he was living before. What lie am I telling right now? What lie?
did that. I'm not going to promote it here. If you found it, you know it. You can see it. It was as proud as I've ever been of myself. I picked up trash. Shout out to Shanice Green who hired me. I made $12 an hour picking up trash at Popeyes. Shout out to the people that work these fast food jobs and they keep this country going. People are not better than them, and so I want to thank them. I learned a lot about myself doing it. It was challenging. I pushed myself because I had to figure out a way to keep milk in my daughter's stomach and keep her out the system. So to these
So
people,
this man is a bum. He's a bum. He's a bum. He had to figure out how to keep milk in his. Might drop my scissors. He didn't have enough money for milk, and his body doesn't produce any. He's looking for a wet nurse, a free wet nurse, to slave away in his house while he gives her what? Dreams and pimp talk? Please. He hasn't been a pimp yet, he claims. Yet.
have a problem with that, you know what you can do and you know where you can go. I've never run or ran from my past, who I am. I'm a man. I stand tall about it all. Money never made me. It never broke me. And I don't give a blank what these silly people in your comments say. These silly hood rat broads with these tattoos on their neck. You don't qualify. I don't care about your BBL. Yeah, I don't like that neither. You for recreational use, baby. And for you sucker black men who wear tight chains, you should be, if you're gonna wear a gold chain, lame, it should be at least 26 inches.
Where's your gold
chain? If you're gonna wear gold chain, it should
chain?
be at least 26 inches. To you suckers who wear bonnets, to you suckers who go outside in Crocs, to you black men who text the letter K, you a coward and you weak and you don't have the ability to stand like I stand in the face of fire.
Okay, let me
You can do what I do.
All right, now
Why is
jump in
Kendra
awesome,
G
'cause I
entertaining
want-
this bullshit? Why is she allowing this man to sit up here and talk this foolishness? Like, Kendra is, I don't understand what's going on. Like, why is she even platforming this man? Why is she acting like he's a feasible, like she's doing this for the views and the salaciousness of it, but this man is not a feasible mate.
I want to give you a chance to talk, and you'll give me the same respect. I think you did a really good job of that in our first video.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, a couple of things. Now, you are very boisterous, and you have a lot of things to say. But not saying that. Listen, life happens to all of us, and you could be in a high rise one day and be in a shelter the next day, and that's fair. So, no judgment of where you are in life and trying to become a better man. But you are doing a lot of judgment to people when at this moment you don't even have a foundation. You don't even have a home. And one would say this is a moment in life where maybe dating shouldn't be your focus because you're requesting a very classy, beautiful black woman who has no kids to come along and join you in this moment in life. Why would a woman that you describe sign up for a man that's in a shelter? I'm just being honest. And also, not even just a man that's been in a shelter. We understand that you are changing your life around, but you also did 16 years, according to us, in jail. You have a child, a 9-month-old baby. We don't know all the ins and outs, but we know that a woman had a baby 9 months ago that is no longer taking care of the child, so that's a little crazy. There's just a lot of things questionable about you, and you are asking for an elite black woman to sign up. So why would she do that?
Yeah, I'm not asking anything. It's what's gonna happen. She probably already found me, and I'm very interested in one young lady. Shout out to you, baby. And so that's that. There's that. I may have already found her. that's the.
You know what it is? Because he knows that black women portray themselves as the most desperate out there. Black women and women from other countries who are desperate for that US dollar, or were, because our country's esteem has fallen. He came on here looking for a black woman because he knows that a black woman that doesn't love herself is going to sign up for this fuckery. They know they're going to hear his slick talking, and their heart's going to start palpitating. But I know one thing for sure, that no healthy, well-adjusted black woman who loves herself is going to be in a situation like this. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. And this man is a fucking fool if he's going to bring somebody from the goddamn internet and bring this person around his child. I want to send this video to CPS. That's what somebody should do, to show what this man is out here doing and who he's bringing around his daughter. Because this man is most likely a danger. Say whatever you want to say about me and what it is that I'm saying, but this man is looking for somebody from the damn internet to be a mother to his child. He's going to bring somebody from the internet that he doesn't know, that came along and heard the bullshit that he was talking, saw him in a shelter and took him and the baby in. This is probably, he's looking for a person with a home to give him a better chance so CPS doesn't take this child from him. We're the baby's grandparents. If CPS tried 4 times, maybe they're trying to tell you something about the unfitness of your home.
Here or there at this point, we'll see. The truth of the matter is this. Because I'm a man, and because I'm not you, and I'm not them cornballs in your comments. So that's why I'm a man who has done things that most of these people can never do, and most of these things can never be. Let me say.
What do you mean when you say you're not me, as in you're not a woman?
Yes, I'm not a woman. Let me listen. They said that I was lying. There were people. I'm gonna go through some things systematically. So just to go through some facts. Hold on.
His fanny pack.
I was looking for this.
The baby.
So they said that I heard in the comments.
The fuck, the baby is on the. Oh my god. Oh my god, the baby is unattended on the bed. Did you all just see what I just saw? Baby is unattended in a brick room. I just look.
So that's why I'm a man who has done things that most of these people can never do, and most of these things can never be.
Look at the baby.
What do you mean when you say you're not me, as in you're not a woman?
Yes, I'm not a woman. Let me listen. They said that I was lying. There were people. I'm gonna
look,
go
the
through some
baby's
things
struggling. Look.
So just to go through some facts. Hold on. Oh my bad.
Look.
I was looking for this.
Look.
So they said that I heard in the comments that I didn't have a pass.
Jesus Christ, the baby is on the bed struggling while he's up here on some damn podcast showing off some stupid shit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And he looks back at the baby that's struggling. The baby is falling face down into the fabric. Oh my gosh. My heart, I just have to calm my heart down. Did everybody see what I just saw? Am I bugging? Am I just being too overprotective? That I feel that a 9-month-old baby that can't walk, that's on the edge of the bed struggling and whose face is falling down into heavy fabric comforters, that there's a problem here. Am I bugging? Look. The baby's on the edge of the bed. Let me put this big so that you can see. Just look at the baby, please. Look at the baby as he's doing this.
I was looking for this. So they said that I heard in the comments that I didn't have a passport, and I was just lying.
Don't show your passport on a nationwide show.
Oh, don't worry about it. I ain't slow like that.
Yo, this dude is off. So now he's showing some pictures in a passport of that look like mugshots.
There you go.
Okay, awesome. Okay. These aren't the things that.
No, I want to. But can you allow me to cook Kendra for a second, please? Because people, they didn't have a problem dragging me. And I don't have a problem with that, right? Because one thing about me, I can take the smoke. My shoulders been big my shoulders been big my whole life. I'm a man who don't allow nobody to tell me nothing. I have stood tall, and I'm gonna get what I want because I deemed it.
He's a man that doesn't allow anybody to tell him nothing. Yet he wants a woman to force him to learn to be a better listener. The woman is not his partner, according to him. He feels like he knows it all. CPS is trying to tell him that they don't feel that he's fit to care for this child. And we just saw the child teetering on the edge of the bed, face down in the comforter, struggling. Average is saying, I don't see a crib or any baby stuff. You know what? Yeah. I didn't see not a baby toy either. Or a playpen, a crib, a cradle, a stroller, nothing. Not a high chair. The baby is freewheeling it on the damn edge of the doggone bed.
It's so. And so when people can't understand that, I know they can't understand that because they don't know what it is to stand in the face of adversity and to see things through.
Somebody's asking where's the suit in his passport exactly. So he coming on here, he putting on his 1-2 suits for the Kendra G show, but you see how he looked like a damn mugshot in his own passport photo. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Completely unagreeable and incapable of learning. Unbelievable.
Come out on the other end. See, a lot of these people, we get caught in groupthink. You know what I mean? Like groupthink is really huge.
The baby holding on for dear life.
My current circumstance, like I said, if I have to tell you, then I ain't for you. Because any woman who can literally see the way I move.
So he's saying if you can't see past my circumstance, but he can't see past a woman's circumstance. He can't see past where a woman may be and can grow from there. The thing is that he's looking for a finished product because he's looking for a helping hand.
The way I talk, the way I dress, you can see this guy is not, he's different, right? And I'm going to tell you something.
You are differently delusional.
Show, I remember, black women are the only women that let their best men go to other races of women.
Go! He needs to go. The best man, he thinks that he's the best man. A felon, an ex-convict with multiple felonies, who has spent over 16 years in jail, who has a brand new baby, and he's struggling.
Okay, I do want to honor you to speak, but this is something I wanted to respond to earlier because you said earlier about black women don't like black men. Here's the deal. As a black woman, that's not, hold on. So I'm going to let you continue.
Kendra. Say again? I said respect.
Oh, respect. Okay. Yes. Well, right now you're about to say we let black men go. Here's the deal. Black women don't want to feel like they're working for a slave master. Okay. And what happens is a lot of men, you guys come in with a dictatorship that women just can't get with. And if a woman is not necessarily, relying on you for your money, there's really no reason for her to feel like she now has a slave master. So I don't think it's fair to say that black women don't respect black men. I think black men at times, and this is not an overall, because there's plenty of black men who respect black women, and there's also plenty of black women that respect black men. But I feel as though there are times when black men don't respect black women. Something you said in the last video that I totally missed it during the interview, when you said, there was no pretty black women in West Virginia. Yes. Therefore you have a baby by a white woman, but now you want a black woman to raise this child. That was disrespectful to black women by just saying that in the whole state there was no beautiful black women, so you had to procreate with a white woman, and now you want a black woman to raise your child. How are you respecting black women with that statement?
Thank you,
Kendra. Even though I let me say this. How can I say this? I gotta remember. So I got her right here. Okay, because she's woke. Okay, here's the thing.
Did the baby just almost fall? Hold on, let me go back. Did the baby just
state there was no beautiful black women, so you had to procreate with a white woman, and now you want a black woman to raise your child? How are you respecting black women with that statement?
Kendra, even though
white women coddled him, please.
Let me say this. How can I say this? I gotta remember. So I got her right here. Okay, because she's woke. Okay, here's the thing.
The baby almost fell. He holding the phone in one hand, the baby in the other. We know men are not good at multitasking. And the baby just almost slipped out his doggone hands. What is he doing? What is he doing? Hold on. Hello? Hello? I don't even know, but I'm live right now. Some man, he in a video with a 9-month-old baby that he had with a white woman. And he's looking for a black woman to come now be his wet nurse and nanny because he's talking about how they ain't gonna be partners because he's the provider protector. What he says is gonna go. But he's living in a shelter. We just got up to the part of the video where he's holding the phone in one hand for the damn show and he almost dropped his own baby. A moment of so I'm on YouTube right now. Yes, I'm live right now. Yes. No, not yet, but even if she did, I'm live right now. So all right. All right. All right, bye. Yeah. Exactly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So let's keep going forward. This is some BS. Let's scroll back just a little bit because we saw he almost dropped the doggone baby.
Kendra, even though I let me say this. How can I say this? I gotta remember. So I got her right here. Okay, because she's woke. Okay, here's the thing. I adore. No matter how many black women don't like me for whatever reason, I still adore them. I don't. I've always seen myself being with a black woman. I could have any race of women I want. That's not the issue. But I specifically prefer my own people. That's just simple as that. Now, I I could be like other men who think that other women of race or of another race are better. However, I don't. I specifically prefer my own. And if that's a bad thing, I guess I can take that. But I'll accept that graciously, knowing that I don't see it that way.
Well, that's what you said, though. I'm not reading what you said. You said.
No, I said that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You said when you were in West Virginia.
There were very few. Yes, there were very few, if any. You know what I'm saying? Especially bottom line is my daughter's here. I'm not trying to push my daughter. I'm glad she's here, and I love my daughter, and I wouldn't change anything about her, not even a mother, because it meant to be. It was what it was. It is what a man makes it, right? So it's up to me to make the most of it or to fold under pressure. I didn't fold. And so that's the bottom line here. So I could come up. I said previously that the sister asked me a question. I said, yeah, I threw my Johnson on the table and I was doing too much, and I owned it. But what I'm not going to do is continue to qualify what people think their silly petty opinions because they feel like here's the thing, and I didn't get a chance to finish this earlier. There was a guy on Pop the Balloon show one time, Kendra, and he was a young black man, and he was going to be an aerospace engineer, and I would never forget him. And
Sir, the fuck are you doing out here watching Pop the Balloon challenges, watching Kendra G sending her money, and you can't even care for your baby that CPS has come 4 times and that they had to put you in a damn shelter in order to not take your child for now? What? He needs to be opening up newspapers, job hunts, Indeed. What are some of these other places? Resume Hunt Doc. He needs to be in all. He need to be on LinkedIn. He need to be doing everything he can to try to become gainfully employed. This man is a bum in a suit.
And he was an aerospace engineer. He also had a half-part business in a startup company. Black women popped on him because of his outfit.
Good.
Kendra, his outfit. Now that same man, when he's reaching 15 years, black women will say, "Where is your sister?"
Look at his face. He's sassy. So this man who feels that outfits are important, all of a sudden want to relax that criteria on the Pop the Balloon challenge, right? You see the dissonance that's going on inside of his mind. So on the one hand, he's like, I dressed up because I want to put my best foot forward. And then he's like, black women popped on him because he was dressed a certain way. And then he's like, in 15 years, when he's wealthy, that they're going to be like, where is your black woman? Okay, Well, when he gets some effing money, then he can turn around and start looking for a woman. Because these men don't respect women who like bums, even if the bum is him. Even if the bum is him. Because they know that their circumstance, that was the best woman that they could get for their circumstance, and they don't seem to respect that. They always claim that they want you to put in the elbow grease and come up with them. But the moment that they get the opportunity, they're like, you like bums. Bums are good enough for you. See ya. It's ridiculous.
You see the hypocrisy and the phoniness, and that's why it's all silly to me. And that's why I have no respect. You can't take these people seriously. I don't take the comments seriously. I want to shout out the black men and the black sisters that reached out.
I want to jump in because I do want to dialogue, but you got to let me respond to some things.
Yes, now, I apologize because I got to get a lot of stuff out.
Okay, you can after I say what I got to say.
Okay.
For what you just said, respectfully so, I agree with that guy being prejudged by women. I didn't watch this episode, so I'm just taking your words.
Yes.
But if what you are saying is true.
Let's pause right here. Let's look up the Pop the Balloon Challenge and see if he's representing this right. Pop the balloon, aerospace. All right, let's see. Black women pop the balloon.
Now for the...
Oh, so this is on some Podcast Bros page. This is on some so he claims that he don't watch the Podcast Bros. But here, this is on some Podcast Bros page.
Mawutin.
Hello, welcome in. I'll have you hold that. What's your name?
My name is Mawutin.
Mawutin.
It's Yoruba.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 27 years old, and I also go by Moses.
Got it, okay.
It was given to me by a prophet 7 days after my birth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So in this situation, do you prefer us to call you Moses?
Yeah.
Okay. And Moses, what do you do?
I am an aerospace engineer, and I'm also COO and co-founder of my own fitness tech startup that I'm building called FitKO.
As of May 2023, the median annual...
Oh, gosh. Then he's going to start talking. We don't want to hear your voice. Just show us the video.
Well, I like to hit the gym, lift some weights. I'm also learning boxing.
The brother learning how to box. He in the gym. He good. But watch, listen to what they are. The only thing that they heard.
With my startup and like biking, like video essays. I'm kind of nerdy like that. Where
so he identifies himself as a nerd.
Up.
Here we go.
I like video essays about psychology, philosophy, stuff like that. And then after I'm done with all my responsibilities, game for a little bit. After I'm done with all my responsibilities, game for a little bit.
Okay.
Board games with some friends, family.
And I'm glad he added that caveat to it. After I'm done.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I'll have to find a video somewhere else. Because okay, something about him just makes my skin crawl.
You guys ready? Yes. All right, so let's go ahead and bring out our first single guy.
So look at the way the women are dressed. The women are dressed.
I'll have you hold that. What's your name?
My name is Mawutin.
Mawutin? Mawutin.
It's Yoruba.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 27 years old, and I also go by Moses.
Got it, okay.
It was given to me by a prophet 7 days after my birth.
Oh, okay. So in this situation, do you prefer us to call you Moses?
Yeah.
Okay. And Moses, what do you do?
I am an aerospace engineer, and I'm also COO and co-founder of my own fitness tech startup that I'm building called FitKO.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
Well, I like to hit the gym, lift some weights. I'm also learning boxing, to help with my startup, and like biking, like video essays. I'm kind of nerdy like that, where I like video essays about psychology, philosophy, stuff like that. And then after I'm done with all my responsibilities, game for a little bit.
Okay.
Board games with some friends, family.
You guys ready? All right. So
I'm looking for. I don't know if this is the show because there's so many pop the balloons out here.
hello, welcome in. I'll have you hold that. What's your name?
My name is Mawutin.
Awutin?
Mawutin.
Mawutin.
It's Yoruba.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 27 years old, and I also go by Moses.
Got it.
It
Okay.
was given to me by a prophet 7 days after my birth.
Let's keep going.
Abilities, game for a little bit.
Okay.
Board games with some friends, family.
Oh, nice. And now, what are some things you look for in a woman?
So here we go.
Jesus Christ, what do we have to do to just see the video without hearing? Oh, Jesus Christ!
To the brother. The slew foot.
Our careers have passion. Passion about our hobbies, our careers, and just be happy, passionate people together.
Okay. Now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Deal breakers.
Yeah.
Guess I'd have to say kids, but not like a direct deal breaker. I'd prefer not.
Okay.
Only because I didn't really grow up. I didn't really grow up with little cousins, little sisters, so I feel like I'm not, built for that. But I'm not completely against it.
Okay. So you don't want kids at all? Or
I do want kids.
Okay. You just don't want to date someone with kids, but that's not a preference for right now.
I see it a little in my future because right now I see myself, I'm like building my castle, before I bring, my princess in,
Okay. All right. So we did get a few pop balloons. Let's go on over to those ladies, see why they ended up popping. Okay. Let's start right on over here with your name and age.
Hi, my name is Jasmine. I'm 24.
And Jasmine, what do you do?
I'm a cosmetologist and I do fitness on the side.
Oh, okay.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
Well, I just waited a little bit just because I like to hear people out, But I do have 2 kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, you said the kids.
Yeah,
You see, these men are so disrespectful. Like, come on.
These 2 sisters.
They don't. Okay, let's keep going.
They're twins.
Okay.
This is what people are talking about. These twins. She got 2 kids.
Okay.
Hey, thank God. I was gonna say that is not a.
Oh Lord. I don't know how men stand these channels. I really don't.
He don't need to be upset. Any of them sisters one day to do with no. I want to know.
not a deal breaker per se, but
Got it. But she's someone that's your type.
I'd say she's my type. She's very pretty. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's got a nice smile.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go on to our next lady over here. Your name and age.
My name is Alexis. I'm 24.
And Alexis, what do you do?
I work for the state of Arizona.
Very cool. So obviously, I don't know if you noticed, we do got twins here. Did you notice that?
I notice now.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm a little slow sometimes.
And Alexis, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Just not physically attracted. Look, you're very handsome, but
Don't worry,
yeah.
I'll hold on to that compliment for at least 10 years.
okay.
And I know you said she's your type, and with them being twins, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think I'm into people, where their name starts with A. No,
Okay.
I'm completely joking.
No, I'm just
Okay.
that's a good joke.
Thank you. Let's go on to our next lady over here. Your name and age.
Alaya, and I'm 25.
Alaya, what do you do?
Well, her
I'm a
name
cake
starts with
decorator.
Oh,
A what? What did she say?
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
Did she say?
oh.
Thank you. Let's go on to our next lady over here. Your name and age.
Alaya, and I'm 25.
Alaya, what do you do?
I'm a cake decorator.
Oh, a cake decorator. I thought she said
And
something
why did you end
about
up
a
popping your
kickboxer.
balloon?
It's just the overall aesthetic. I just don't feel like it matched my vibe. So that's just it.
Oh,
Other than that-
I'm lactose intolerant, so we couldn't get along.
That's fine as well.
She said she wasn't feeling the aesthetic. What's the matter with that? Doesn't match her vibe.
Is she someone that's your type?
Yeah, I like bright colors. You know, it really like pops. So I'd say so.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's go to our next lady here. Your name and age.
I'm Asia. I'm 25.
And Asia, what do you do?
I do modeling, content creation, and I work with the Black-owned brands.
Ooh.
Yes.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I love all your attributes, but just weren't my type.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Okay. What makes them not really your type?
I would say the aesthetic.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't like the aesthetic.
What is my aesthetic?
It's just not for me. I like the aesthetic. I like the shirt. You know, I like how you put it all together, but I don't think it's for me.
What's the matter with that? What is the matter with it not being for her? Why can't it just not be for her? I'm so sick and tired of these men who feel that just because a man exists, that every woman should want him. I think that they're being very nice about it.
Brother, sitting there like you. I years.
Because you.
Okay.
Because you got that twice now.
Wear high heels next time.
Please. You're on it.
Friendly, because they don't be too friendly, because they not friendly at all.
Yeah, so something.
So
I can't put my finger on it. Yeah.
Flat shoes.
That might be it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll wear high heels next time.
Please.
Yeah.
I'll
He's a
enjoy
funny
that.
dude. He got a good sense of
What
humor.
would you say is your aesthetic? Because you got that twice now. So they're
I
not
don't know.
feeling
I'm kind
it.
of a dork.
Okay.
But like an endearing dork, you know?
I mean, I just want you, can you picture, right? Can you picture her, this woman in the red dress, and him walking down the street together? Does she seem like like they would be a good match? Like, really? What about the girl in the yellow? I think that they would be a little more, but she's not attracted to him. And what's the matter with that?
Okay.
You know, I can talk your head off about like some random topic. You know,
Got it.
you know I love women who are yappers. So that's my thing.
Okay. Now, is she someone that's your type?
I don't know. Models, they got a lot of business prospects. They gotta be flying in and out.
Listen, I feel like this
He's
dude.
trying to be nice about it. I mean, that's cool. I mean, nobody wants to see a sassy man on there tearing women down. She's not his type either. That's fine. But what is really men's type, and type for what?
Give it the old college try.
And why did you do?
Customer service and real estate.
Age.
My name is Princess. I'm 23.
And Princess, what do you do?
Customer service and real estate.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
Initially, it was the outfit that threw me off, but I do have a daughter, so.
Is this a black woman right here? This is the person who's saying the outfit threw him off. See, the thing is that these men go around and they think that every and any woman, even if they're standing next to a black woman, an ambiguous woman standing next to an unambiguous black woman, this is the one that he's saying is the black woman. This right here. This. He's saying that this is the black woman that said that the aesthetic, that she didn't like his clothes. This is not a black woman. Or she could be, I don't know, but she looks ambiguous to me. Hold on, we lost sound. Hold on. So the thing is that they assign characteristics that they don't like, and in their imaginations, they're like, oh, a black woman said that. The black women just said that he was not their type, that they're not into the whole aesthetic. This is the woman that is saying that she doesn't like his clothes.
But I do have a daughter, so.
Got it. Okay. And now, is Princess someone that's your type?
I do like tattoos. You know, I like art of any kind.
The women who are preferences, he keeps saying are definitely his type. But I'm not really, your name starts with, I'm lactose intolerant.
Like, I don't really have like a type.
See?
Okay.
Yeah, I have to get to know someone to really be close to them. That's why I like yappers.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go over here. Your name and age.
I'm Alex. I'm 25.
And Alex, what do you do?
I'm a data analyst.
Oh. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
Maybe not this lifetime. Maybe the next lifetime when we're
lifetime.
like butterflies and squirrels.
You know, like if we got
I
like
got you.
reincarnated.
But this lifetime,
Hey,
it's
but
not
you-
in God's plan.
Yeah,
know?
you kept your balloon the longest. I thought.
Yeah, I was trying to find
Were you
some
trying,
razzle
like,
dazzle
you trying to
about
see the
you,
next
but it
lifetime?
wasn't razzling or dazzling for
No,
me.
razzling
so.
and dazzling.
But you're very sweet, though. Somebody will love you for who you are, but
Yeah,
just
sure.
not me. You know,
I love me, but it's okay if you don't love me.
somebody will, just not me.
Eventually.
But yeah, there you go.
I think he's taking this pretty
Someone
well.
That's your type.
Next question.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's go.
So you see, the women who are preferences, when asked if that's his type, then yes, that's my type. The women who are black, who are definitively black, you can see that they're black, that are Negroid. So that woman who said about his clothes, she could be black in some. I mean, Rachel Dolezal was black, right? But she was a Negroid. And that woman who said that about his clothes was not Negroid either. And then this woman, none of the women who are darker than a brown paper bag, he has said was his type definitively.
Your name and
Hell! What? This dude so photo says platform. Not me.
Hi, I'm Taylor and I'm 22.
Taylor, what do you do?
I'm a lash artist, so I do that full time. Yeah.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
It's the outfit.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not feeling it. And I don't know, the aesthetic too. Just not my type.
But isn't like aesthetic and
Like
outfit
the-
like the same thing?
I mean, like the whole video gaming and
Oh,
like.
I said that last. Dang, I should
yeah.
have not said
Well,
that.
I mean, you said like.
After I'm done with my responsibilities.
Yeah.
as a
I'm
co-founder.
just,
They just, okay,
Not
so a
feeling
black
it.
woman did say it.
It's not like I think it's just physically like attraction. Like, yeah.
I can't change that.
All right, you said next question on that last one. Is she your type?
I don't think anything in particular. I prefer kindness. I guess kindness is my type.
Sorry.
But
Being honest. I mean.
All right, cool. Thank you. Let's go on to our last lady here. Your name and age.
Paris, I'm 28.
And Paris, what do you do?
I do property management, model, content creation, stuff like that. Yeah.
Busy, yep. Yeah. Now, why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm gonna be honest. I do see like a brother and like a homeboy. I'm gonna be honest. And the type of person I am, I have big mama energy, and I'm a big dominant. And yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
I see.
I wish I understood what that meant. So
listen, boy, you ain't meant to
Basically,
understand.
it's like I'm a person that like power, and I carry along like alpha man energy. I'm an alpha female that's also in tune with my divine feminine and masculine energy. So
I'm somehow more confused, but I like longest.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
Hate you. Stood.
Things that are in depth, even if I have no idea what she's saying. But I'm sorry. I wish I understood.
Okay. And now, is she someone that she's your type? If you saw her out, would you approach her?
I don't know. I guess the dominant aura would just keep me away. I'd be like, oh God. And I get a little scared, you know. But
All right, cool.
And this is
Thank
why
you.
they're not a good match.
All right, let's head on back this way. So that is all of the balloons popped, unfortunately, but we do thank you for coming on. Let's go ahead and give it up for him, ladies.
have fun. Nice meeting y'all.
Thank you.
All right, he's not for everyone. So one black woman said she didn't like his outfit. Okay, look, if we were to look at the screen again, the first woman said she didn't like she had children, right? Second woman said she didn't like his aesthetic. This black woman said she didn't like his aesthetic. This black woman just said that the appeal just wasn't there. And then down the list, only one black woman said that his outfit was not what she wanted. The other black woman said he just didn't have the type of energy that was like, this woman couldn't see herself with him walking down the street. And what's the matter with that? So if he becomes a rocket scientist, engineer, that still doesn't mean that he's going to be a better match for them. They'll just be coming around to spend the money. He should be with somebody who wants him for him. Like, I'm not really sure what this person was trying to say on the Kendra G show. That what? They should have given him the chance because he said he was an aerospace student?
Because of his outfit. Kendra, his outfit. There were very few, if any. You know what I'm saying? Especially, bottom line is my daughter's here. I'm not trying to push my daughter. I'm glad she's here. And I love my daughter and I wouldn't change anything about her, not even her mother, because it meant to be, it was what it was. It is what a man makes it, right? So it's up to me to make the most of it or to fold under pressure. I didn't fold. And so that's the bottom line here. So I could come up. I said previously that the sister asked me a question. I said, yeah, I threw my Johnson on the table and I was doing too much. And I owned it. But what I'm not going to do is continue to qualify what people think, their silly, petty opinions, because they feel like here's the thing, and I didn't get a chance to finish this earlier. There was a guy on a Pop the Balloon show one time, Kendra, and he was a young black man, and he was going to be an aerospace engineer. And I would never forget him. And he was an aerospace engineer. He also had a half-part business in a startup company. Black women popped on him because of his outfit.
A black woman.
Kendra, his outfit. Now that same man, when he's rich in 15 years.
So this man is a effing hypocrite, right? And I'm going to tell you why. So he decides that he's going to come on Kendra's show with a suit on. Why? Because that's the aesthetic that he's going for. He wants to put forward a certain image. And this is a great lesson to all of us women, right? Clothes don't make the man, because we have one guy who's a bum in a suit and an aerospace engineer in a Hawaiian shirt. Listen, the clothes don't make the man, because this man right here is pretending. He's pretending to be something that he's not. And you know what? Listen, when women are young, there are things that they value that comes on. There's a rubric that's in their mind, and it takes experience in living life to know that maybe there's a different something that you may need in a long-term partner. But if a person is not looking to have children, they're not looking for long-term, then they have to go with their short-term mating strategy. And for the short-term mating strategy, aesthetics matters more. For the long-term mating strategy, they have a different point of view, like this motherfucker right here. His short-term mating strategy was just to stick his dick anywhere. But the long-term mating strategy is he wants a mammy black woman. He wants a mammy to come in and be his unpaid wet nurse, au pair, babysitter, and child raiser. That's his long-term mating strategy until he gets on his feet and he can leave her for someone else. Because you see how fast and quick he changes out women now. He'll change out a woman if she doesn't like the type of steak that he feels that she should like. Stomach be damned. He doesn't care.
Black women will say, where is your sister? You see the hypocrisy and the phoniness, and that's why it's all silly to me. And that's why I have no respect. You can't take these people seriously. I don't take the comments seriously. I want to shout out the black men and the black sisters that reached out.
I want to jump in because I do want to dialogue, but you got to let me respond to some things.
Yes, now, I apologize because I got to get a lot of stuff out.
Okay, you can after I say what I got to say.
Okay.
For what you just said, respectfully so, I agree with that guy being prejudged by women. I didn't watch this episode, so I'm just saying.
So then don't agree.
But if what you are saying is true about that episode,
I lied.
agree with it. But now I want to say,
bitch,
you are not that man. You guys do not have the same resume. You are a man that has 2 baby mamas that you did not marry. You were once in the street. You did at least 16 years in prison.
Yes.
Why do you feel as though you're one of our elite black men with the resume that you currently have? Why would you deem yourself to be in the category of the guy you just described? You are not equal.
Great question. I think that brother's great. I think that young brother's great, and I wish him all the success and the prosperity in the world. I want to say something, Kendra. I never once called myself a high value man. I never once. I don't subscribe to any titles other than being a man. Period. End of story. So I don't care about titles. None of that matters to me.
I know didn't say high value man.
I know what it is, and if you don't, you'll learn. And I know that the woman that's with me, I protect, I care for. I'm not only a fool is provoked by insolent speech. A wise man laugheth in scorn. So that's why these comments, these people, these silly people in these chats don't move me.
Him calling people names shows he's emotional.
The people that reached out on me on Facebook. Shout out to those people. You know, and just to send a kind word. But I'm a man who can take the fire because I've always been in the fire. And I'm saying what I want. I stand tall, and I'm gonna get it. And whether anybody likes it or dislikes it, then that's something that they'll have to deal with. But that would be my response to that.
Okay, because I wanted you to finish this. The reason I said that is you were going on a line of saying black women let their best black men go to other races.
Yes. Oh,
so,
yes. Oh,
okay,
got you.
Okay, yeah. So that's what you said. So do you consider yourself to be one of our top black men?
I'm a great black man. I'm a great black man.
So are you saying that?
Okay. Because what happens is with most people, Kendra, you can't see past what's right in front of you. See, this is the problem with most of these people. They fickle and stupid. They don't have the ability to see past what's right in front of them. They see certain things. They see some pseudo-masculine guy with moissanite diamonds and they think he's rich. You see some guy walking around, you know what I mean, in penny loafers, you think he's poor. See, everything is visual with a lot of our people. That's why we're so easily manipulated and controlled, because everything is visual, it's visceral, it's emotional. I don't move like that.
Visual and visceral are two different things.
Don't think that way either. The people that reached out to me, the women that reached out to me, they adored me. They adored to see a black man stand tall and to call it like he saw it, regardless to the storm. You see, this country, Kendra, really wants to push black masculinity down. And I told you at the beginning of my interview that besides my daughters, my priority was the masculinity, upliftment, and self-esteem of black men. It's always been that way. Because that's how you build communities with strong men.
Meanwhile, he's disrespecting the men and women in the comments who feel a different way than he does.
Not strong women. Nobody cares about no boss broad. And a lot of these broads don't even look that pretty without their wigs and their face paint. This ain't no shot to you, Kendra. I'm talking to them. Let's see you without that wig and spray your face and let's see what you look like. You see, Kendra, they're phony. They hide behind things. I'm not hiding behind nothing. Yes, I worked at Papa. Yes, I've been in the streets. Yes, I've done a lot of things I'm not proud of. I should be dead or doing life, but I'm not, thank the Creator. I'm over here raising her.
So awesome. Why are you in a shelter? Why don't you have the ability to have your own home?
I can't get into that.
Well, you're on an international show, and
like I said, I cannot. I put like this. I won't be here that much longer. Simple as that. I explained a little bit of it in the beginning.
Do you have outside money, outside of making outside the pizza shop?
No.
And I also want to say this to the boss chick comment, because I consider myself to be a successful black woman, and I hear that a lot from men. But guess what? No one really knew you until you came on a show created by a boss chick. Like you said earlier, you get women, you don't need me, but yet in order to get the attention that you are receiving right now, it's by a woman's platform that created the show.
Thank
you. I want to piggyback to all the other men that feel that way, but yet still take content from a woman's show that they created. So y'all should not say that. Y'all actually should be thankful for all the boss chicks, because what else would y'all be talking about? This is how y'all make y'all living. This is how y'all create y'all name, by talking about women that I believe, to be quite honest, some men are jealous of, because this woman might be more successful for them than them, and they feel as though a man is supposed to be a man and a woman shouldn't outnumber them. So I don't know why men act like they don't like successful black women when all y'all do is live off of them.
Woo!
Y'all live off of them.
Ooh, Kendra cooked. And then she roasted, broiled, and fricasseed this man. Ooh!
You said y'all said okay, respectfully, you group me in that. I don't do reaction.
Well, no, you are in that, because the fact of the matter is you're on my show. That was
I'll deal with my part. Okay, I'll deal with my part.
So you should respect women who create things and are boss chicks. All you men say that, but yet y'all live off of us. So that's a stupid comment to me.
Okay, fine. I'll deal with my part in that. First of all, I gave you initial props for what you created and what you've done. I think it's great. I'm not knocking you specifically. I know it's difficult to probably not interject yourself into this conversation. I'm not really talking to you, yet I'm talking to you. So I want to make that point. I'm not throwing shade at you, Ken. I don't roll like that. I don't throw rocks and hide my hand. So I want to make that very clear.
Oh my goodness, we missed our dance break. Oh my goodness, we missed our dance break. We missed our dance break. It's time to get up, y'all. It's time to get up. Oh my goodness, Kenya. Oh, she roasted him. All right, so let's see. What are we going to do for our dance break? Let's see what we have.
Empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night.
All right,
got a little drunk.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm a little numb.
Okay.
Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow.
Let's see if we can get something a little faster. Let's see if we can get something a little faster. Let's see. All right, here we go. 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 Get up out your seat. Come on. Come on.
This ain't a beamer, this a big deal. Chrome heart got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account, he investing. Dark shades on when I'm off the Migos. He tryna cuff me like a in a Rico. Moving through the like GTA with a cheat code. He claimed that he love me, but before not a freak. I just wanna dance all night. Can't nobody do it just like I. Boy, you got just what I like. Come on, baby, let's kiss, don't fight. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Ain't gotta say it, I know I'm the one you like. Ooh, damn, so the DJ turn the beat up. Got a white boy who be singing like a Beatle. Claim she getting bread, but I heard she doing keto. I don't do drugs, I'ma smoke a little weed up. I can chase some man for no paper. Just think it's sweet, I'ma show him now or later. I be getting money on the wake up. He a broke boy, tell that bitch get his cake up. Only with dope boys, they the ones who spinning paper, get your weight up. Told him send an Addy and a stay up. Just out here mad, told him assalamu alaikum. Who that 5'5", she don't even need no makeup. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Ain't gotta say it, I know I'm the one you like.
Why do we dance on this show? We dance because we be sitting for so long. And self-love is movement. Taking care of your body through getting your heart rate up. That's what self-love means to me. All right, let's get back. Oh, I feel so tired. I feel so tired. So that's just one of the rules of the show. Every 35 to 40 minutes, we get up and we dance for 3 minutes or so, right? If the song is longer, we dance for longer. But that's that. The Cash Apps are open. It's $Tonya TKO. The QR code is on the screen. You can take a photo of it and then you can pull it up. The Cash App is a verified Cash App, so you know you're sending it to the right place. Ooh, and the link is in the description of each one of these videos. So I'm glad that you all were able to get up and do your dance on that last break. What are we hearing in this dialogue? This man is delusional and he talks a good game. This is how Trump got into office, because people only seem to care about this. They don't really care about what's going on underneath. They don't really seem to care what's going on underneath all of that bravado, machismo, and braggadocio.
To these women who have so much mouth. If black people have so much, then why only do we have 2% of wealth in this country? We don't have anything, Kendra. We don't own anything. If you really want to create generational wealth, like all of these black bras talk, shh, get married. That's how you create generational wealth. You're getting married. You marry, the Asians figured it out.
We're talking to a 45-year-old man with 2 baby mamas who's a single dad and didn't marry any of them. And he's talking about the key to generational wealth is to get married. He didn't get married. And now he wants a woman to come in, marry him for generational wealth, and he has not proven. He has not demonstrated He has he's talking about bad gambles and bad bets. He's a bad gamble. He has demonstrated no ability to care for himself. He's in the white man's shelter right now.
The East Indians figured it out. The Mexicans figured it out. The whites figured it out.
Why is he getting loud?
So this notion that black wealth, that black generational wealth is created by one individual woman. Women don't create anything substantial for real.
A woman made you, motherfucker. A woman made that child, bitch. Women made this world what it is. All of the damn domestication of animals, the apothecaries, the categorization of plants, the tilling of the land, the inventions, the books, the art. Women created these things. What's wrong with this fool? He wouldn't be on the internet right now doing video chats if it wasn't for a woman who invented the technology for this. Come on. He's talking about women don't make anything substantial, and he came clean out of a woman's body. Ladies, this is why you need to make the choices that are right for you and the rest of the damn world, because these demons are running around because some woman let them onto the earth.
Women aren't built to nurture. And shout out to the few women who have made a couple contributions here and there.
Wait, this bitch is now saying women aren't built to nurture. Wait a minute. He said he's looking for a woman to nurture because he's not built to nurture. He said it in the last video. I'm glad we watched that one first.
If you really want to create generational wealth, like all of these black boss bras talk, shh, get married. That's how you create generational wealth, through getting married. You marry, the Asians figured it out. The East Indians figured it out. The Mexicans figured it out. The whites figured it out.
Man, so angry. What the hell is going on here?
So this notion that black wealth, that black generational wealth is created by one individual woman. Women don't create anything substantial for real. Women aren't built to nurture. And shout out to the few women who have made a couple contributions here and there. But men specifically have shaped the world that we live in, that turn the lights on, that run our infrastructures. The very men that these women...
This man claims that he doesn't watch podcasts, but he's repeating these podcast talking points. Every single thing that you think a man has done, a woman has done equal. And listen, so what they did was they tried to keep women out of the force. They tried to keep women out of the workforce. But what happened when women joined the workforce? What happened when they tried to keep women out of schools? But what happened when women joined the schools? Now men ain't in schools. Women outnumber them now. And women are outnumbering men in terms of innovation and ingenuity for where this country could have gone. But in the countries that are headed by women, there's a book called The Athena Doctrine. And these men run countries into the ground. They run them into the ground. The character, so this is what they did in the Athena Doctrine. This is what they did. They gave a list of characteristics that we attribute to being masculine and characteristics that we attribute to being feminine. And then they asked the people, which one of these characteristics do you feel would best run a company, best run a country, be better for the world at large? And they chose the feminine characteristics. And so the people who wrote this book, The Athena Doctrine, they went all over the world and they looked at societies that fell and societies that strove. And you want to know what they found? They found that the people who adhered to masculine principles drove the country into the ground. They destroyed countries. And when the country wanted to come back up again, guess what? They elected leaders and leaders and bodies of change that enacted feminine principles. This world is what it is right now because when the men drive it down, the feminine principles brings it back up. Look at where this country is right now, losing its esteem. And then you want to know what's going to happen? Once we get down into the damn drudgeons, into the muck and the mire, then it's going to be feminine principles that's going to get the United States back up. This is unbelievable. This man is out of his mind.
Men say that are no good where they make 40 or 50 grand a year, when these are solid, strong, capable black men who would take care of them and who would receive them. But yet they say these brothers aren't enough. It's all cap, Kendra. It's all cap. I'm that guy. I've been that guy. I always win. I'm going to win again. And the woman that I'm going to marry from your show, more than likely, you'll see by the time a year goes by, I'll be in a different place.
Okay,
and I'll let you know about
I do want to say this to that.
Yes.
So let me just speak to this right now. What's happening right now, let me tell you, because I don't know everything, but I know a little bit, right? This man got out of prison, right? He's not gainfully employed because he cannot most likely get employed because he's a black man with multiple felonies, right? So CPS came, the child is 9 months old. He said CPS came 4 times. So every 2 months on average, CPS has been there trying to get this child to safety, right? This is what I'm telling you happened. He most likely is in a dire situation where he cannot get an apartment because as soon as you know, that application, when you put down, are you a felon, right? Or a good job, because when you put down, are you a felon? So I think, this is what I think. I think that he is in a single father type of halfway house. So they put him in a shelter. And in order to get out of the halfway house, you have to move in with family, right? So what's most likely happening is he's looking to get married desperately because the only way he can get out of this halfway house, this shelter, is with family. So this is why he's saying, I'm most likely going to marry someone from your show. He wouldn't have been able to find somebody who would know all his BS and all that other stuff on the street or on these dating apps. He needs to get in front of as many people as possible. And Kendra is aiding and abetting this demonic man to come into some woman's life. I wouldn't platform a human being like him. When we did our stuff on this show, the Love TKO show, everybody was pre-vetted. A person like this would have never got on my airwaves.
Listen, life can happen to everybody. Mm-hmm. So if you're a hustler, you'll figure it out. But I want to say this about marriage, because I hear this a lot too from men. I don't watch a lot of podcasts. I don't actually watch no podcasts, to be quite honest, but I'm on Instagram, so I'll see feeds. But I've heard this comment from unmarried men before about black women need to get married. Well, who do you want her to marry? You are on record. You have 2 women that you have children with that you said you would have never married. So how can you judge a woman for not being a wife when black men are not marrying the women they have kids with?
Kendra, I'm a man. I know that this world has told you all that we're equal. And
no, that's not an equal question. This is a math question because you're judging people for not being married, but yet and still you are a man that procreated with 2 different women that told me you would never marry. So how can you judge a woman for not being a wife when men are not marrying women they have kids with?
Kendra, because it's mama's babies, papa's maybes. And it's always going to be that way. It's mama's. Why do they say that? Because that's twofold. Mama's babies mean you're going to have to take care of that baby if you have it.
Well, here's the deal. But awesome. And one thing I liked about you. One thing I liked about you in the first interview, I felt like you wouldn't shy away from these direct questions. But this is a direct question. You have to give blame to men when it comes to marriage as well. Then you can't just say black women aren't wives. No, So what is you can't make that argument when you are a man that's contributing to the lack of marriages. Like you are part of the lack of marriages because you have children with women you did not want to marry.
Kendra, I'm going to be married. I'm not.
Right, but the 2 women you have kids with, are they married?
So what? No, nobody wants. No.
So how can you judge them? You're saying nobody wants them. You want to have kids by them.
Kendra, no, I wanted the box. No, Kendra, I think that there's a misconception here, and this is why. This is why I'm here, because number one, I respect you, but I don't duck no smoke. I know for a fact that men and women are different. There's always been the case. There's always been double standards that benefit both genders. That's the bottom line. There's things that women can do that men cannot do, and vice versa. Men live with that every day and they accept it. Women are the ones who have a problem accepting the reality of their fate, especially when they sit around, pop these babies out. I'm not taking care of your bastard baby. I don't care nothing about it. That's that. Anybody who signs up for it is a sucker. I said it. If you don't like it, then that's up to you. But it would be like me asking Kendra, you're a very successful woman. It would be like asking you to pay full price for a used car.
So,
now he's calling women cars. He claims he doesn't watch the podcast, but he got all these stupid talking points. Now he's calling human beings used car. Sir, you're a broke down hoopty. You're a fucking bucket. You belong on the damn junkyard lot. What's wrong with you? You are your car with no tires, no engine. No engine, no tires, and no doors, burnt out on the side of the street. You're a bum. And you talking about bastards. A woman grew a human being in her body for 9 months and cared so little about you and the connection to that being that she dropped that child off with you and has nothing to do with it. So you talking about daddy's maybes, mama's babies. That was verifiably her child. And now you over there holding on to this child. Oh my goodness, this man is a fool.
Whose car?
So, okay, so let me ask you this. So,
yes, ma'am.
If any man dated your baby mamas, yes, you think he's a sucker?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let me tell you, and Kendra, you know what? Just to keep it, you really want some content? I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to keep it all the way real with you. Today is my mother's birthday. Today would have been my mother's 65th birthday. Am I saying that right? She's born in 59, 65th. So 331. And I love my mother. I love her dearly. My father should have never married her. Let me say that again. My father should have never married my mother. It was a bad bet.
Why was it a bad bet for your father to marry your mother?
Great.
Abort these babies if you so choose. Abort them. Get them out. They don't want to be here. Get them out. Abort them. You see this? The lack of damn gratitude for his stinking ass being here on the earth. Abort these babies.
Question. Because my father killed my mother September 6, 2006. And then he killed himself. I was in prison doing time in the hole. I allegedly, well, I did. I stabbed a guy in the eye, you know what I'm saying, about a fight, about a basketball game and some stupid stuff. They put me in the hole.
But he's not emotional.
I got a call September 12th. September 12th, 2006. It was a bad bet because one of the children that she popped out, one of those bastards, played a game of Mickey Mouse, played a game that they should have never played between our parents. And she didn't do it, but she played a role in it. So this is another. So that story I was telling you about why I don't do it, they're unappreciative stepchildren. You never get full value. There's you get all of the responsibility, but none of the credit. It's always the black woman that gets lifted up. Oh, my mama did this. Stepdaddy came through being a sucker. We just needed him for his paycheck. You see, black men take this bet. We're the only race of men that are told to take this stupid ass bet.
Well, then you are the only race of men that are creating all of these damn broken ass homes. Black men aren't marrying. When I looked at the numbers, the last time I looked at the numbers, less than 27% of them got married. The vast majority of them did not. So what sucker bet are they taking? They're creating broken homes with their dicks slinging here, there, and everywhere. And somebody is saying that, listen, when I say abort the babies, listen, I'm talking male, female, use contraceptives, don't get pregnant. Do not give birth to a male baby, to a female baby, to any babies. If you have a shaky, rocky relationship and you still want to have intercourse, right? Strap up, tie your tubes, do something. But don't extend their family tree. They don't want to be here. This is what he's telling you.
Say, hey, take this leftover broad. Take this broad who thinks that she deserves a man after she's been dragged through the mud. We're the only.
This is what I'm saying. These men hate themselves. They hate themselves and they hate other men. Hold on. These men hate themselves and they hate other men. They think that they're dirty. They think that their penises and their bodies are dirty and that any woman who gets with them is stupid and any woman who gives birth to one of their children is even dumber. They don't care. They think you're a fool. They think you're a fool. They think you're a fool. This is why they think that you're damaged. If men were really the prize, then touching the prize would increase your value. But we see time and time again that touching these so-called prizes lowers a woman's value, lowers her worth, right? If men were so great and so wonderful, then a woman having lots of men would make her worth go up. But touching even one man makes her worth go down. She's a used car now. This is what I'm saying. They don't want to be here. And they hate themselves. And they hate women who like them. They hate women who give them a chance. They hate them. They hate them. That's what the long and short of it is. Why am I not able to do my thing anymore? This is the long and the short of it. Because if they really, really, really thought that men were worth a damn, if they really thought that, then being with a man would increase a woman's value. Being with many men would make her worth more. But it's the women with the value. That's why when a man is with a woman, his worth increases. But when a woman is with that same man, her worth decreases. Why? Why? You know the answer. Because they think that they're trash. So if you touch trash, then that makes you trash too. They don't love themselves. That's what the situation is. They don't love themselves. My thing, I don't know what happened. I used to be able to tie it, but it's come out. It's turned into a mess.
Race of men that are told that. No other race of men accept these women, Kendra. They don't. And that's facts.
Well, can I say this also?
Absolutely, you may, ma'am. It's your platform. Yes, you may.
Well, first of all, I think knowing the backstory of what happened with your parents explains you more to me. I mean, that's very traumatic. The fact that your father killed your mother, and trauma shows up in all different ways. So I feel like there's a lot of deep things, and now I understand your mindset more. But in the conversation of the leftover conversation, I would challenge that and say other races are big on marrying the women they have kids with. So other races pick women that they can marry and be the mother to their kids. So if black men just pick women that they could marry to have kids with, they wouldn't have to pick a leftover woman as you described it by somebody else's leftovers. I think what happens is, and I don't know all the statistics, so I'm not going to break it down in that way with numbers, but we are a race of people that have gotten very comfortable with procreating without marriage. It kind of is what it is. But in other races, no. Once you have a child with somebody, you're marrying her. That's the system, and that's what it is. So this leftover comment, how about this? Just pick a woman that you can marry and have children with, and you won't fall in the category of finding a leftover woman.
Great. That's great, Kendra, but it's unrealistic. And I'll tell you why. Because men have always, since the beginning of time, wanted box. It's up to women to protect their virtue. Let me say this, Kendra. My daughter is married because of me. Shout out to my baby. Hey, baby. Daddy love her. My 26-year-old daughter, I got 3 grandbabies. She was a baby mama, but she listened to her daddy and married the father of her children, and she's never been happier. She said, Daddy, I'm finally living in my purpose. My daughter didn't always like me, Kendra. She didn't like me because she didn't understand exactly what I was telling her. But as life started to befall her, she said, he's the man that I need to go to that I need to go to for help and assistance. He has the answers. There's no question that my daughter's gonna come to me with that her daddy don't have the answer. Her life is much better because she has decided. She listened to her daddy. I sent her the money to go straight to they went to the Justice of the Peace. $50. Kendra, I couldn't be prouder. Let me say that again. I couldn't be prouder of my daughter.
So he's taking the heat off of himself, and he's telling you that he doesn't think that men are shit. He's telling you that he does not feel that men are shit. Because if men were shit, then they would value themselves.
She didn't take.
They wouldn't go out there creating these broken ass homes. He said it's up to women to guard their box. These men are freaking going younger and younger until now they're getting with 12-year-old girls. Oh, come on. What does a 12-year-old know? What does a 16-year-old know? They keep going younger and younger because women wisen up. The prefrontal cortex finishes developing by around 27.
the advice and the ways of her hood rat ass mother who wanted to see her.
Oh, Lord. And I don't know how much more of this I can listen to. This guy is so ignorant. Somebody said marriage is not a flex. Exactly. So it's like he claims his daughter couldn't be happier. Let me hear this from her mouth. Don't speak for her. Let's hear it from her mouth. And then let's hear it from her mouth in a way where she won't feel penalized for speaking the truth.
Her fail. Her mother plotted and planned to see her fail. And now she's suffering. And it brings me great joy to see it. Nothing tickles my heart more than seeing my enemies get what they deserve.
So, you had a whole child with the woman you're talking about, sir.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I couldn't care less.
So also, this is what I always say here, because I believe in law of attraction.
Kendra, I want to give you something else. So I want to tell you something why I say, because since I'm being so honest, I want to give you this as well.
Go ahead.
This is going to be your best interview, Kendra, and so just kind of let me cook. I promise you'll appreciate me later. Kendra, when about 2002, I think it was, I got out of prison again and say, I think it was 15. I got out in 15. I started doing good by about the middle of 15. I went to go see my daughter. She was turning 16 years old. Her birthday's in January. Hey, Pumpkin. I went to see her because I had missed her birthday, so I went for spring break. That's what it was. And I was going to take her shopping. Had a pocket full of money. I'm sorry, Pumpkin. You're Daddy Pumpkin too. You know you're Daddy Pumpkin too. I went to go see her and go take her shopping. When I get to the door, Kendra, she's in her clothes, her bathing clothes. Her bedroom clothes. I'm like, baby, why are you not dressed? I come look in the room. She had this boy, spending the night. Her mother was allowing her to sleep with this man, unprotected, in her own house, knowing what could happen. She literally poisoned my daughter. See, we don't want to talk about this stuff, Kendra. We don't want to talk about the black women that are jealous of their black daughters for their youth and beauty and poison them. See, we won't get real here. I'm that guy. You got the wrong one on here, not you specifically, Kendra. I want you to know I'm not never speaking specifically to you. I'm just talking to you. You got the wrong one here. I fought for my daughter in court. Them white devils wouldn't even give me an opportunity to be a father. I told them blank them and stepped. She did everything in order to undermine me, in order to see her daughter fail, and she couldn't wait. And I, for one, can't be happier to see that my daughter rose above it. I'm so proud of her. I'll hate her mother to the day I die. And that's what it is. Do I hate her mother? No. I pity her mother. That one, I hate her guts. And I wish nothing but the ill will on her.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Have you ever gone to therapy, sir?
That's a great question. No, real men don't go to therapy. Yeah, that's another thing, Kendra. I take my problems to the Creator. I don't go to therapy. I don't go spilling my guts. If there's pain, if there's something that I need to address, I address it with the Creator. But I don't forgive or forget. I'm a man, Kendra. I'm very stoic. I'm just being blunt with you on your platform and giving these clowns, these silly cousins that you have, exactly what they were looking for. These weak black men who gossip like women, who think that it's okay to, man, you can tell a woman how you feel, and it's okay. Everything is feel, Kendra. That's the word. Feel. You a sucker, dog. I don't go to my daughter with feelings.
This man is demonic.
I don't come to my woman with my feelings. I'm coming with results. So the woman that picks me, she's picking the winner. Regardless of my current circumstances, Kendra, I'm going to win. And like I said, once again, I'm not going to get all the way in.
Anybody who gets with him deserves it. Anybody who sees this interview, now if they don't know, that's a different story. But anybody who sees this interview, because you have to remember what it is that he's saying is not reality. We saw how he changed around that Pop the Balloon challenge into being that black women didn't want the aerospace guy because of his clothes. When one black woman said his clothes were just not it for her. The whole style, the whole aesthetic just wasn't for her.
Into it. But when I pop back up on you, if you'll allow, respectfully, you're going to be like, man.
You're awesome. I'm going to say this. I want to see you do well in life, right? So I don't have any ill will intentions. I know you don't.
I would
love to see you go off in life and do better. You're changing your life around. I do want to say this. I've been meaning to say this. I don't agree that black women don't like to see you be a father to your child. Black women love to see men father their child.
Kendra, respectfully, I'm not being disrespectful, but you don't know what you're talking about in this regard. Only because I'm living it. Kendra, you would be surprised at the black women that have tried to undermine me with my daughter. I literally had CPS call me earlier today. Kendra, they do everything. and I'm not gonna get into it. And I still love black women, and that's the thing. I'm so real. I'm not bitter. I'm not a woman. I don't get bitter. I'm not jaded. I still want a black woman. I'm gonna get her.
He's not bitter, but he hates his first child's mother and will hate her to the day that she dies and wants to see her do poorly and is happy when she's not doing well. This sounds like bitter to me if it walks like a duck, motherfucker.
Like I said, I think I might know. Shout out to you, baby.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Because we got a lot of super chats.
I figured.
All right, and we also I do want to get the other guests on the show. So let me go through these super chats.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
on my new phone, guys, so don't kill me if I can't see your question. This one says, 100% well spoken, my good brother. Keep pushing the truth and power. Shouts out to you, Kendra. But the brother is on point. We real men only want virtuous women, not a boss chick. Marriage is the key to success. Hey, listen, I totally understand. I'm not saying I have to want a boss chick. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there's no way you can support my show and diss boss chicks, because as a woman, I had to fight, as a man would say, to build this brand. So that's all I'm saying. If you don't want to marry, that's fine. But to act like you're not benefiting off of a boss chick, that's going too far for me. Because you wouldn't have this comment to make if it wasn't for a boss chick.
Kendra, may I respond to that?
You can.
Okay. Well, first of all, I understand your story. I know you I know you started in Buffalo. I know that you went to Chicago. I know where you're from, and I know you specifically, but I've always followed your kids, and I have a lot of respect for what you've done. It's not necessarily that men have a problem with the money. It's the attitude that comes with the money. It's the sense of you can usurp my authority, but yet you want me to put...
Somebody's saying the baby is hungry. This is what I'm saying. This man been on for hours. I ain't see the child eat yet. This is unbelievable.
My life. Kendra, let me ask you a question. What do you think the number one role of a man is? Above all that.
There's a lot of things. I mean, provider always comes to mind first.
Okay, that would be wrong. The number one goal of a man is to bring order to chaos. Before God said anything, before he said let there be light, there must be order. So that means a man what? Must be in order with himself, with his creator. Get in line with that. Then he gets his woman in line. The children fall in line. Every race of people understand this, except these silly, dumb people over in this country who don't agree. That's because you're stupid. You're stupid, and I said it. Kendra didn't say it. I said it.
This guy is abusive.
Well, I want to say one thing real quick about...
So his stepfather was with his mother, and he was abusive. So abusive that he ended up killing his mother and then killing himself. So all this man knows is abuse. He went into the prison. He's been in for a total of 16 years. And during a basketball game, he stabbed someone up. In prison.
This is where it actually makes me sad, but this is where the disconnect, I think, happens with the black community.
Yes,
what happens is this. Black women, especially if they have their own coin, right? Yes. Let's just go back in the day when there was a lot of things. I think black men or people have been cheating and other babies have been created for decades, right? But there was a time when women necessarily didn't have money. Mm-hmm. They didn't have the opportunity. And it was also frowned upon to leave your husband over cheating. Also, there was no social media. So even if your husband was cheating back in the 50s or 60s, you didn't have Facebook to document it and deal with the embarrassment component that will come with that. You didn't find out to the funeral. Also, there was a time when women couldn't even get bank accounts, right? So now as time progressed, women, we have been able to support ourselves financially. So when you have a woman who can support herself financially, the question then becomes, why would she tolerate?
So you're saying that was his real father? From the story that I understood, it was his stepfather, because he said he should have never gotten with her because I think she had already had kids or something. I don't know. The story was just too convoluted. It's tiring. That was his biological father? I don't know. I don't even want to go back to listen.
Somebody's bullshit, right? If hold on, I'm gonna let you respond.
Yeah, okay.
But so I feel like the challenges that men might have with a boss chick or a woman that has money, it's hard to control her because the leverage isn't there. A lot of times you guys control women through finances. This is no judgment. I'm not judging anybody, but if you have finances over a woman, how can she leave? She probably can't financially leave. So now you have a boss chick who can financially support herself if you walk out that door. So the question becomes, do I want to deal with this man who I might not be, who might be killing me spiritually? Like, yeah, you might provide, but am I dying inside spiritually being connected with you? So sometimes it's okay for a girl. No, not sometimes. I'm a person that will believe it's better to be healthy by yourself than to be attached to toxic and chaos.
Yes. Great point, Kendra. Here's your biggest, here's where your argument is flawed. fatally. They're not you. Let me say this. Y'all not Kendra. Daughter, cover your ears. You black bitches, most of y'all make $27,000 a year. You don't make no money. Okay, Kendra, I'm sorry. Okay, I apologize. Kendra don't like that.
So he's in front of this half-white baby talking about black bitches. You think she's gonna grow up liking black women? Be honest. He's talking about black bitches, and there's some stupid, silly, goofy black woman he claims in his DMs, and Kendra brought this man to the public for women to find him. Congratulations, Kendra. Congratulations.
So I apologize. You don't make no money. Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Kendra. They're not you. And so for the few successful black women who continuously top this, these phony bras who come on your show talking about they make 100,000, it's all cap. It's all cap, Kendra. It's all cap. It's all phony. So they come on here saying these things. I'm sorry, Pumpkin. You want to go sweep? Okay. That whole towel.
I see a crib back there.
Come on, lay down. See, look. I know. You want a bottle? Hold on, Kendra. Let me get her a bottle.
Feed the
Okay, while you get the bottle, let me get through some of these super chats.
Okay, go ahead. I'll listen.
This one said, Kendra, please add Russell or Zach to the line. I need to see him have a conversation with other men.
I mean, listen, if you think, first of all.
Excuse me. What drink does a baby drink that is blue? What drink does a baby drink that's blue?
This one said, Kendra, please add Russell or Zach to the line. I need to see him.
There's a blue liquid in here. It's not that the bottle is blue. I need you to see that there's a blue liquid in there. It's not a cloudy blue like blueberry juice, and you have to be very careful with introducing raw fruits and veggies. You have to introduce them slowly and one by one, but this is not the blue of a blueberry. This is the blue of some sort of dye.
With other men.
What the hell is going on? I mean, you see the bottle is white, right? And the liquid inside the bottle is blue.
I mean, listen, if you think, first of all, I like Zach. Shout out to Zach Bug. I like Zach Bug. If you think a white man can tell me anything, you a fool. That part.
But a white woman could tell you something. A white woman carried your child. A white man is paying for you to be in this shelter.
I want to try to put that. Oh, the baby. Yeah, I was trying. So something's going on with the super chats. Let me put it. I want to put it on. Where was it at? Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah. Kendra, please ask. Okay, I have learned this. I have Russell on the show, and one thing I did, and I love Russell, but I did learn that a lot of black men don't want to hear from Russell from this.
Let me tell you why, Kendra. I want to explain this specifically. Because you can't tell me anything when you haven't walked in my shoes. The opportunity, when you, put it like this, if you're not successful when you're a white man in this country, you wasted your whiteness. Everybody knows a black man has to work twice as hard in order to get half as much. Kendra, let me say this. I've been paying.
But black women are broads and all of this other stuff. They didn't have to work twice as hard. Women didn't create anything according to him.
For felonies that I did back when I was a teenager. A white man who was convicted of 33 felonies now sits at the president of the United States, and he never did a day. He never took responsibility for nothing. So people need to stop trying to act like, and I'm gonna tell you something else too, Kendra. If I were white, I know
the baby is not even leaned back. The baby's sucking air. Look at the baby. You see the baby's face right here? The baby's looking at the camera. This man is hollering and acting a damn fool, using profanity in front of the child.
And he never did a day. He never took responsibility for nothing. So people need to stop trying to act like, and I'm gonna tell you something else too, Kendra. If I were white, I noticed when Zach was, let me say this. When your man's Russell is on here, I remember, oh God, they eat him up. But let me tell you black women something. He don't like you. He not taking you home. He not taking your loud, masculine, big mouth ass nowhere. He not taking you. I'm just telling you the real. The best thing you can do is be honorable, humble yourself, come back to your men. That's what you better do.
Okay, well, I'm going to get...
Black women, please divest. Please diversify. Diversify your dating options, please. Go see what's out there and date the best person for you, because this right here is insanity. This is madness.
Some more, but Can you understand how it would be a challenge for some of the ways you speak for a woman to accept? Because I think this is where the disconnect becomes, because no woman wants to feel like her husband is a dictatorship, right? And I feel like that's where men who are providers and leaders, and you want a woman who's just going to listen to you, and that's how it comes across. And that's hard, and that would be hard for any human. Like, I know that you feel like that's what a man's job, but I'm just talking from a human experience. And again, I know that this relationship conversation has been taken over the internet, but I feel like, men, I want y'all to hear this. Women don't mind leaders. We prefer that, right?
No, you don't, Kendra. No, you don't.
Hold on,
no, you don't.
but
no,
we don't like dictators.
No, you like to pick it. You want selective leadership. You want to, not you specifically, Kendra. Once again,
I understand what you're saying.
Okay. They want to twerk. They want to take hot girl summer and then come back. They want a sucker to pay. They want a sucker to foot their bill. They don't want a man, Kendra. They don't want a man with structure and order who like, hey, look at baby, we getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. We going to go run. Hey, baby, listen, you can't.
Structure and order. This child ain't on no feeding schedule. What's going on? This is madness. Where's the structure and order? He got towels slung over the place. This is unbelievable.
Ain't sit around. You 180 pounds. You overweight. You know what I'm saying? Let's get you in that gym. I met a young lady, 26. Gorgeous young lady. The potential. And I like her. She's smart. She gets it. These women are trying. There's a lot of women.
Do you hear the baby sucking ear? Do you hear the baby sucking ear? Listen. Listen.
That's what a man's job. But I'm just talking from a human experience. And again, I know that this relationship conversation has been taken over the internet, but I feel like, men, I want y'all to hear this. Women don't mind leaders. We prefer that, right?
No, you don't, Kendra. No, you don't.
Hold
no, you
on,
don't.
but
no,
we don't like dictators.
No, you like to pick it. You want selective leadership. You want to, not you.
I want you to listen to the baby chewing on the bottle and sucking ear. Just listen, okay? It's about to happen right now. Just put your ears real close and listen. Listen.
Specifically, Kendra, once again.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay. They want to twerk. They want to take hot girl summer and then come back. They want a sucker to pay. They want a sucker to foot their bill. They don't want a man, Kendra. They don't want a man with structure and order.
Listen.
Who like, hey, look at baby, we getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. We going to go run. Hey, baby, listen, you can't sit around. You 180 pounds. You overweight. You know what I'm saying? Let's get you in that gym. I met a young lady, 26. Gorgeous young lady. The potential.
You hear it?
And I like her. She's smart. She gets it. These women are trying. There's a lot of women. Several women hit me up that understand that, you know what? I need to get on a man's program, because I'm going to tell you something, Kendra. You don't have to ask no real man to provide. When these women come on here talking about they want a provider and a leader, I know they don't know what it looked like, because that's baked into the cake. I literally was just, yesterday I went to go to the Nation of Islam service, went to go chill with the brothers.
Let me ask, you know what? We need to do this real quick. I need to look, because it's been a while since there's been a little baby around here. At what age are babies supposed to be drinking water? Because I don't think they're supposed to be drinking water before 1. Oh, there's our movement break right there. Let us take a look real quick. At what age are babies supposed to drink water? Okay, here. What age do babies drink water? Oh, okay. Okay. So I was wrong. So it says here that, here, I'll put it up on the whole screen. It says, hold on, can you see it? It says here, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that water starting at 6 months. Before that, infants get fluids through breast milk or formula, even in hot weather. Okay, when can you start giving a baby water? Okay. So, cause see, I'm looking and I'm like, what is that fluid in there that's blue? Number one. And are babies even supposed to be drinking water at that age? But it's been a minute. So, okay. So, but anyway, but food coloring or whatever it is, those dyes that's in there, this man is delusional. This is why you have to sit down and listen to the difference between what it is that they say and what it is that they do. The difference between what they say and what they do. All right, let's get some music up and see what we're going to dance to. Let's see. songs from back in the day. So, I mean, listen, if we're going to get the heartbeat up, we might as well get the heartbeat up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. Come on. If you dance to that song, you got it an extra 2 minutes and 14 cents. 14 cents. You got in 2 minutes and 14 seconds of movement. I feel tired, y'all. All right, let's get some of these cash apps. Whew. Oh my goodness. All right. Whew. Simone says he's just wrong, and she says $3. African Beauty says, can you do this series about black men and proposal stats? That would be great to do. Oh, I feel so tired, y'all. Whew. You know, listen, we could get our whole 25 minutes of daily exercise in just from these movement breaks alone. Whew. I can't even. All right. Whew. I can't get the hearts on there, so I'm taking it. All right, let's. That was fun. That was fun. All right, if you want to send a cash app through, it's $Tonya TKO, and your comment gets read on the screen. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. I don't know what happened to my thing. Oh. All right, let's continue going forward. Woo. Oh my goodness. All right. Whew. That was good. That was good. This man is he just seems like a terrible, terrible person. Snazzy says, I'm tired for you. Yeah, I feel so fatigued. Oh, I went to the hematologist. He said my blood numbers are back where they should be. So I don't know why I'm feeling fatigued then from a little bit of exertion. Maybe because I'm out of shape from the months of not training. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe. Whew. All right.
Not a member, but I support the fruit. I like the brothers. Took my daughter. You know what I'm saying? You ask those Muslim sisters, do they feel protected by their men? You disrespect one of those sisters, them brothers gonna fall on you like a plague of locusts. Them brothers ain't playing about their women. Why? Because they're...
You mean the same ones who are slapping their women up? You mean the same ones who are honor killing their daughters? Huh? You mean the same ones that are beating their women with a stick that is no bigger than the roundness of a finger, so less than an inch, so he can beat her with a stick? Those men? Do they feel protected that way? Come on.
Women are in order. These black women are out of order, Kendra. But the woman I'm gonna get is not gonna be out of order because I'm just that guy. I'm not gonna let you be out of order with me. It's up for a man to get himself in order, Kendra. He has to bring himself. It's all his fault in this regard. I don't begrudge her for being out of order because you let a woman run amok. If I let her loose in the house with a paintbrush, what I think she's gonna do? I can't be mad at her for running loose in the what? What I can do is set parameters. Pumpkin, put her in a box. This what you can color. My job is to die for my woman, Kendra. I will die for my woman. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. I'm one of them guys. So if I'm gonna die and give my life up, as most black men will, we ask for submission. And that means when I say something, I get the final say. Okay, baby, that's it. And I'm gonna tell you something else too, Kendra. I'm gonna get some boss game up tonight. Do you really want to know who run the world? Take a guess.
I'll let you answer.
Okay, it's women, but not the women that they think. It's not these boss loudmouth trying to match energy women. I can match your energy. You can't whoop no man. You can't do it. Like. Come on. It's the feminine women. It's the women who are so. And if she's so good, if she's really good, she know how to make a man do what she wanted to do and make it think it was his idea all along.
Thank you. The ones marrying 9-year-olds. Exactly. So now he's saying that the women who run the world have to run the world through men. This is terrible. I'm so glad that women are liberated.
That's the Creator gave women that to combat our physicalness. No masculine man can resist a feminine woman. It's like bee to nectar. Kendra, it is. Have you ever noticed how, like, maybe when you were growing up, Miss Johnson would come down the street and all of a sudden the boys started to get it together. Everybody stopped cussing, cigarettes go out. People start pulling their pants up. Miss Johnson is here. She commands that respect. But these broads are ratchet. And any fool that link up with him deserves it, such as your luck. I don't have no sympathy. Now, here's the thing. I don't begrudge a woman for getting what she wants. If you can find a sucker that's stupid enough to sign up for this bet, go get him. I don't. And when you crush that lane, which you will, you know what I'm saying, which you will.
Why is Kendra letting this man filibuster?
So I want to be respectful. I want to give you the opportunity to express.
And I thank you.
That's why I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm going to go to these super chats. The only thing I say to that argument is that, again, law of attraction. So you men, like you are dissing women, like your first baby mama. So at one point in time, would you say you were a ratchet man then?
Kendra, I'm out the streets. Kendra, Kendra, let me say this.
This nigga just said he was in the streets until this woman gave birth. Come on. This is a grown-ass man with no direction, no real direction.
That's why there's something called lady in the... I think what we like to do is we want to try to act like there's an equal equivalent.
No. I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is you're judging people.
I've been in the streets, Kendra. I've been in the streets since I was 12 years old, Kendra.
Right.
I've been in the streets since I was 12 years old.
This is I don't believe men and women are equal. But what I will say is I hear this, you're thinking a lot about people who you interacted with, right? Yes. At the end of the day, if your first baby mama is a woman
That's an ambiguous statement. You don't believe that men and women are equal. I need you to follow up on that. Because how could fertilizer ever be equal to the fruit? They're two different things.
Hey, you slept with her, you had a baby with her, you laid down with her. So that means you had to be equal to her at some point in time in your lifetime.
No, Kendra, that just means I was thirsty. That just means I wanted some box. That's what that means. Most men are going. Kendra, it's very few men are going to pass up on.
So he's an undisciplined man. He's sexually immoral. He is undisciplined, and he doesn't care about his semen. This is not a man who loves himself. And Kendra is letting this man filibuster on her show.
We'll go in a circle. Let's do this. Let me get these super chats because I do want to get to all these other people.
Respect.
All right. Let me see. Something's going on tonight. All right, keep standing. This is a guy, I think. Keep standing on your truth. Work hard, respect humanity, and everything will fall in place for you. So
Okay,
he's the
thank
guy
you.
on your side.
Okay, thank you. And it's not my truth. That's a female. That's respect. I know you probably did with me that way. Ain't no my truth. Your truth subjective. I don't play them games. Ain't but one truth. But I appreciate you. Shout out to you, brother.
So this bitch think he knows the truth. And the truth is one truth that he thinks that he knows that it is. Meanwhile, he's talking about he hates someone. This man is lost. This man, you think that that's enlightenment? Talking about you hate someone and you glad to see them fail?
Now, I'm having a challenge, so I got to read them as I post them.
Okay.
He wants a black woman that he can unlive. Please save the baby from him. I've seen his case before. He has so much hate. He's evil at Hardy.
Yeah. This is, and then once again, this is black women. This is spook, gloom and doom. It's always this way. It's, drag a black man. You know what I mean? When he's standing tall. But any of them loser bras who you'd have picked come up here ratchet and all outdoors can come up here and say they want some nigga making $500,000 and everybody will applaud her. Yeah, baby girl, I'll holler.
Okay, this one says, I can't say the name. Classy and upstanding women don't want goons. We would never be able to bring him around our colleagues and company parties. Sorry, it is what it is.
Oh, that's a great question, baby. First of all, I dress like a million. Ain't nobody at your party gonna dress like this. I can talk politics.
With his Goodwill suit on? And nothing wrong with the Goodwill, but let's not do this. Stop this. This man is a bum. He called himself a goon. Now he's getting upset with a person using the word that he used to describe himself.
Politics. I can talk history. I can talk sports. I can talk. I've been around these people, and when I call myself a goon,
I just want you to just please look at this man. I need you to just look at him. Does this man look like, if you saw him in Atlanta with a belly shirt on?
That's a great question, baby. First of all, I dress like a million. Ain't nobody.
If you saw him in Atlanta, I just want you to if you saw him in the ATL with a belly shirt on, I just want you to just take a look at him. We're not going to look at his words. I just want you to look at his actions, right? If you saw him in Atlanta outside Bulldogs, right? Standing in line, what would you, come on, look at him. Just look. Look at him. Does this man, come on, be so very for real right now. Please, be very for real. Please.
Dress like this. I can talk politics. I can talk history. I can talk sports. I can talk. I've been around these people, and when I call myself a goon, I want to specify that specific because I've noticed that I continue to get a few comments even from yesterday about it. I just mean in terms of my mindset.
You have a goon mindset. That's not even better.
I call myself the goon because it's kind of catchy, but I'm a man first, and I'll always be a man, and black masculinity is important to me.
Okay. They love talking about white men, but love white women. He is talking about he loves black women, but talking mess from a shelter. Make it make sense.
We've been through that. You don't know a man that's realer than me. You don't know a man who has more swag, who's been to places that I've been, who can move like I move.
So he's talking about swag and all this other effery, right? But the aerospace dude that was on the pop the balloon thing, he faulted those women who didn't like his aesthetic. But this man is all about this external and what it says, the suit and all of that.
You don't know that. My circumstances do not define me. I define me. Like I said, I'm taking care of a single daughter.
Listen, if you all are enjoying the show, send me a Cash App with your comments that you want to leave about the show. It's $Tonya TKO. I can put it on the screen so that you could screenshot it. Let me see if I could get this. That's not it. Where is it? The QR. Because I want to hear your thoughts about this, because this right here is just, it's madness, and I'm confused. I feel confused, and I feel like I don't know what's going on here, because none of this is really making sense.
Daughter that would not.
Oh, the link to the Cash App is in the description. It's $Tonya TKO. It is a verified account. so you'll know that you're sending it to the right place.
You know what, Kendra? Let me say this. This is why I'll have to laugh at a lot of these silly people. Because if you notice something about your comments, never once did anyone say, shout out to the brother for trying to keep his own daughter out the system. These people are literally trying to...
Nigga, he's in the system. Excuse me. Your baby is in the system right now. You all are living in a shelter. In order to be in that shelter, you have had to sign up for services. She's in the system right now. So yeah, so shout out to you for getting your daughter in the damn system. Shout out to you for being in the system yourself. Shout out.
Take her as we speak. The only thing that's saving my daughter is me. Right? And I could have walked away just like that and kept doing what I was doing. But I made the choice. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made, because Kendra proved something to me that I've always known. I always can win, no matter the circumstances.
He did not want to step up for his child. I want you to let's start the numbers, right? Put up the number 5. If you think that he would have been stepping up and doing all of this if the woman were taking up the lion's share, if the woman were raising the daughter, do you think that he would be here with the child in his hand and having custody and all this other stuff? If you think that the only reason he's doing this is because the woman abandoned the baby, right? I don't even know what number to give. If you think he's doing this because the woman didn't, put up a 5. If not, put up a 0. We can take the vote. Because I already know that the only reason why he's doing this is because the woman refused to. Because the woman refused to.
Circumstances don't define me. I make my circumstances. I shape my reality. A man makes of Mars his own fortune.
Okay. Listen, there's personally, I don't want to see you do bad in life. That's not my intention.
They do.
I would love
Your
to see
comments
you
do.
win, and winners do win. But we're talking, I guess, about the relationship space right now. Okay, this one says, well, your baby mama's white and she ain't about nothing. Clearly, you don't know how to pick them either way.
Yeah, well, baby, I done had so many women in my life, ups, downs. See, here's the thing, right? I want you to understand this. I can get it right a lot. I can get it right a lot later in life, right? And that's why I'll tell my daughter, don't listen to these silly women who talk about being independent. I want you to be interdependent. Let me put this. Let's put this black word out there. Interdependent.
Thank you.
You dummies in the chat, go look it up. Interdependence. I want my daughter to understand that she's a part of a group and she has a role to play in the group. I don't want my daughter thinking that grow up thinking that she does not need the very men that are to protect her. I'm 44 years older than my daughter, Kendra. I'm 44 years. Odds are I have less in front of me than I do behind me. What would I do to give my daughter the terrible advice? You don't need no man. We're so slow in this country, it makes no sense. And we wonder why we're at the socioeconomic bottom.
Well, again, I think this is going to be
socioeconomic bottom because you were enslaved and working for 500 years with no pay. And now you're not getting yourself educated. You're at the socioeconomic bottom because of the choices that you made to be in the streets and be a goon and get arrested and serve time in prison. You're at the bottom socioeconomically. You don't have a leg to stand on. You are the fucking statistic in how many more ways can he be a societal statistic? In how many more ways? He's a baby daddy. He's an ex-con. He's, what else? He's living in the shelter. He's the product of a single parent household and the product of murder, domestic violence, and abuse, suicide. In how many more ways? In how many more ways can he be a statistic? Huh? He's working in fast food joints and he's on the internet cursing people out, calling women names.
I already kind of expressed my thoughts on that. I think the issue is I think women would like men, but they don't want to feel like slaves. And
I just want you to just see his mouth.
My daughter, Kendra, I'm 44 years. Odds are I have less in front of me than I do behind me.
I already kind of expressed my thoughts on that.
Look his mouth.
Think
Even I don't purse my lips like that. I'm a woman and I don't hold my mouth like that. I mean, come on, why he look like this? I'm not understanding.
Issue is I think women want to like men, but they don't want to feel like slaves. And there's a lot of times when you even said, because this woman didn't want a medium rare steak, you were pretty much over it. Instead of that could have been a moment where you could have just talked to her more about it. But because she had her own intention of how she wanted her steak, that turned you off. So there is this disconnect when men are saying, oh, women are saying they don't need men. That's not the answer. Now, and again, I'm speaking in general, and of course, I'm not speaking for every woman. So I want to be clear on that. And there's some women that will go for your point of view, and some will go for mine, either or. But I think women don't want to feel like their husband's a dictator.
Okay, and that's great, Kendra. But I want to say this: when the chips are down, when the rubber meets the road, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying?
What wall? The one in Handmaid's Tale? Because being up on the wall may not mean what you think it means, sir. What wall you talking about? When the rubber meets the road, you gonna be on the hanging wall? What you talking about, boy? This is unbelievable.
There are a few good men, Jack Nicholson. And so these men are the very ones who you need. These men are the very ones that you black women need.
These men.
But see, here's the thing: a lot of these women can't keep a man.
These men is delivered. N-word, you can't keep a woman. This man hasn't been able to get a woman to stay with him. A woman grew a whole human being inside her body and still wouldn't stay with him. Gave the baby up. He can't keep a woman. He's talking about he didn't want to see that woman again with the steak. Imagine the woman's point of view. Let's just see how this scenario goes out, right? Let's just imagine how it went. Let's see, imagine how it went. Yeah, now you know. Now you. Here, you know what? Here, let's if we're gonna do it, let's do it, right? If we're gonna do it, let's do it. If we're gonna do it, let's do it. So how you think this situation went, right? So he's like, let me get my hat, right? So this is him out at the dinner, right? This is him. All right. This is him. So this is him. Say, baby, listen. So, baby, listen. You gonna have this steak medium rare, like I said. And the woman was like, no, thank you. I want my steak well done. Then here we go. Nah, baby, like I said, we in this upscale place now, baby. And I done told you gonna have that steak medium rare. Now, I ain't gonna have you embarrass me in front of these good old white folk now, like I said. And she was like, sir, look, I can pay for my own meal. I came out here because somebody hooked us up. I told you how I want my steak. Please. I don't know what you're going on about, but I don't want the blood on my plate. And then here he go. This ain't no partner. This ain't no partnership. I done told you how you having your steak. See, this is why we can't tell you broads nothing. You think you a boss chick, right? And then she got up and she was like, let me run to the restroom real quick. Let me run to the ladies' room. And then she walked clean out the door. And then she walked right out the door because he can't keep a woman to be interested in him. This is why he has to come on a show looking for a sucker, a fool to take on the deal that he's offering. A fool. What's the matter? What's the matter? my thing is falling off now. Goodness gracious. All right.
And Kendra, I had to drop one bra because she wouldn't make my plate. You ain't making no plate. What? Okay, don't worry about it. Like I'm not about to argue. Don't. And like I said, and I did try to tell her. I said, baby, that's not how you do that. You know what I mean? Oh, that's the way I like it. She was combative.
Oh, okay.
Kendra, she was combative. I don't let no woman be combative with me. I don't roll like that, Kendra. And any man who does is a sucker. There is no the inconsistent has no peace, Kendra, and nor can he be at ease with whom he concerns himself with. There's nothing inconsistent about me. My job is to be consistent and set the standard. I want structure in my home.
What is consistent about him? The only thing that I have seen is the consistent dust. That's all I've seen.
Want structure with the people that matter. When you have that, you have the opportunity for greatness. You think I'm gonna die and leave some broad who don't respect me a $500,000 insurance policy so she can go over to Dubai? What? Oh, I look like a sucker? Quit playing with me, Kendra.
Well, okay, I'm gonna read this comment, but before we get to that comment, I so hate the topic of a woman can't keep a man. I think a lot of men can't keep women because they be the ones trying to get the woman back after she left. So if so much she couldn't keep you, then why are you still trying to get her back? Why are you still harassing her? Why are you still texting her? Why are you still trying to show up? I think that's a great question. I'm gonna get to that. And then also, why we gotta say kept? Like, no, you should want to be somewhere. This isn't, I don't want to keep you in a slate. Right. If you want to go outside, you should go outside. You know, like I think that this whole keep a man, I think a lot of men can't keep women. And this is why they're so irritated because they can't get the woman that they want. Let's see if you get the woman that you want, because you said that you've been around a lot of women, but at the end of the day, you had a baby by a white woman who you don't want to raise your child. So I'm going to conclude that you never really had the woman that you can marry in the 44 years of your life. Yes, you've had women because you've had women, but did you have a woman that you would have considered to be your wife? Now, according to your track record, I'm going to just say no, because if so, you would have been married to her or have a baby by her. But instead, you had a baby by a white woman that you don't even want to raise her own child. So help us understand how you got all the great women, but you ain't choose the right one to have a baby by.
Okay, you said a lot, Kendra, and I was you got to excuse me. Sometimes I get a little befuddled, and I wanted to address your first part, and then you do the second part. I'll try to work backwards as far as the woman. It's not that I don't want her to. It's just that right now she's not capable, and so that's okay. It was up to me to do what needed to be done, and so that's. But
at the end of the day, out of all the women you have been in contact with, this is the woman you had a baby by. So that's accountability on
Kendra,
you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. No, Kendra, listen to me. I think I believe I accepted that. I don't run from none of that. She didn't have sex with herself. You know what I'm saying? I was the one who was running around, you know what I mean, putting my Johnson on the table. Shout out to the young lady who just texted me. She said, if you ever decide to reach out to me, I'm deleting this profile immediately. Shout out to you, baby. Appreciate that. Here's the thing, Kendra. I wanted to get back to that first because I wanted to get. Do you remember what you said initially? Because I'm sorry, you were speaking about
keep a man. We were talking about keep a man.
Keep a man. Thank you very much. Kendra, it's not my job to keep a woman. It's my job to attract a woman. It's her job to keep me. Let me say that again. It's my job to attract a woman. She has to find me attractive. She has to find me debonair. She has to find me appealing. She has to, you know what I'm saying? She has to be willing to like some. And then from that, it's her job to keep me. That means she puts the work in to show that she is serious about me. Now, what happens is when she puts the pressure down, it's like, oh, okay, baby girl, she's serious. And I don't need a woman to buy me anything, Kendra. I want to say this 100%. It's not about, this isn't a financial thing at all. I just mean showing me that there's genuine interest. Like, you know what? You're the man for me. When you show me I'm the man for you, men tend to, in the face of femininity, Kendra, I'm telling you, I'm giving you game, Kendra. I swear to God, there are very few men that can resist a feminine. No man, because it's like, okay, baby, you got it. And that's the key. So when these women get caught up in these, I told my daughter she was engaged for a little while. I said, Pumpkin, that's not good enough. You have to be serious. You really, shout out to you, baby. She said, hit me up when you get off the show. Shout out to you, baby. I can put your name up.
Okay, but talk fast because we gotta get this. Okay.
I apologize, Kendra. I know, you know what I'm saying. I think it'll probably be quite a while. What was I saying? You got to excuse me.
Well, you were talking about keep. I think I want to just say this, and whether men agree with it or not, there are some women who value peace of mind, right?
Okay, gotcha.
This guy, he's so dusty. I'm gonna rewind it back so you could hear what he was saying, but
because you've had women, but did you have a woman that you would have considered to be your wife? Now, according to your track record, I'm gonna just say no, because if so, you would have been married to her or have a baby by her. But instead, you had a baby by a white woman that you don't even want to raise her own child.
Yeah.
So help us understand how you got all the great women, but you ain't choose the right one to have a baby by.
Okay, you said a lot, Kendra, and I was you got to excuse me. Sometimes I get a little befuddled, and I wanted to address your first part, and then you threw the second part in there. I'll try to work backwards as far as the woman. It's not that I don't want her to. It's just that right now she's not capable, and so that's okay. It was up to me to do what needed to be done, and so that's. But
at the end of the day, out of all the women you have been in contact with, this is the woman you had a baby by. So that's accountability on
Kendra,
you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. No, Kendra, listen to me. I think I believe I accepted that. I don't run from none of that. She didn't have sex with herself. You know what I'm saying? I was the one who was running around, you know what I mean, putting my Johnson on the table. Shout out to the young lady who just texted me. She said, if you ever decide to reach out to me, I'm deleting this profile immediately. Shout out to you, baby. Appreciate that. Here's the thing, Kendra. I wanted to get back to that first, because I wanted to get. Do you remember what you said initially? Because I'm sorry, you were speaking about
keep a man. We were talking about keep a man.
Keep a man. Thank you very much. Kendra, it's not my job to keep a woman. It's my job to attract a woman. It's her job to keep me. Let me say that again. It's my job to attract a woman. She has to find me attractive. She has to find me debonair. She has to find me appealing. She has to, you know what I'm saying? She has to be willing to like them. And then from that, it's her job to keep me. That means she puts the work in.
If you're watching this right now, please just throw up the wind blowing emojis on the screen. If you on a computer, just please, or just throw up some zeros on the screen. If you're not on a phone, throw some zeros up on the screen, because this is unbelievable.
It's about me. Now what happens is when she puts the pressure down, it's like, oh, okay, baby girl she's serious. And I don't need a woman to buy me anything, Kendra. I want to say this 100%. It's not about, this isn't a financial thing at all. I just mean showing me that there's genuine interest. Like, you know what? You're the man for me. When you show me I'm the man for you, men tend to, in the face of femininity, Kendra, I'm telling you, I'm giving you game, Kendra. I swear to God.
What he's doing is he's lying. And he's calling it game in an effort to get these women to put forth all of this effort to try to keep him. The game is that when you show a man genuine interest that he's the one for you, that's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. Two people have to choose one another, motherfucker. He doesn't really know how a real relationship goes. And then they have to continue to choose each other. And then it sways back and forth, where one partner has to come over and bring the other partner back towards, and then and it's just, it goes back and forth. It teeters. It's not the woman has to show you that you're the man for her. The way these men are built nowadays, they don't want you if you don't look like an IG or OF model. They want to be out there in these streets. You could be the best woman in the world, and then they tell you that you're holding 10 pounds a little bit too much. Or you don't eat your steak the way he'd like you to eat your damn steak. Or some other foolishness that he comes up with. This man right here is talking about he's consistent, but he's a walking contradiction. This is unbelievable. Undamn believable.
There are very few men that can resist no man. Because it's like, okay, baby, you got it. And that's the key. So when these women get caught up into these, I told my daughter she was engaged for a little while. I said, Pumpkin, that's not good enough. You have to be serious. You really, shout out to you, baby. She said, hit me up when you get off the show. Shout out to you, baby. I ain't gonna put your name out there.
Okay, but talk fast, because we gotta get to this, and I gotta get to somebody else. But I just want to. Okay.
I apologize, Kendra. I know, you know what I'm saying. I think will probably be quite a while.
Please.
What was I saying? You got to excuse me.
Well, you were talking about keep. I think I want to just say this, and whether men agree with it or not, there are some women who value peace of mind, right?
Okay, gotcha.
And if peace of mind means, okay, I'm gonna be single and I won't get that guy, she will choose peace of mind over toxic, chaotic behavior for the rest of her life. And that's just real. And I'm not a person, I believe in relationships. So I want to say this. I believe in marriages. This show is responsible for marriages. I believe in babies. I believe in all those good things. But I believe in healthy healthy relationships. And if being single
what's toxic,
is better,
if
being single is healthier than being
Shut
attached to
the
a human
fuck
being
up
that is
and let
causing you
her
chaos,
talk.
I would say it's better to be single. I wouldn't say it's better just to have a man, if it's coming with a lot of chaos and toxic, because then you will have an early death. I don't know what happened.
What's toxic, Kendra, about what I said? Well, first of all, black men die first. Black men die first of stress, hypertension, diabetes. So Kendra, let's not go there. Black men are dying because of stress. I'm not stressed about nothing.
They're dying because they're not going to the damn doctor. That's why they're dying. They're dying because they're not going to the damn doctor.
And I look like new money. So I'm not stressed about nothing.
He said he looked like new money. Is this the way new money look?
I wouldn't say it's better just to have a man, if it's coming with a lot of chaos and toxic, because then you will have an early death. I don't know what happened.
What's toxic, Kendra, about what I said? Well, first of all, black men die first. Black men die first of stress, hypertension, diabetes. So Kendra, let's not go there. Black men are dying because of stress. I'm not stressed about nothing. And I look like new money. So
I just need you. Is this attractive to you all?
Black men die first of stress, hypertension, diabetes. So Kendra, let's not go there. Black men are dying because of stress. I'm not stressed about nothing.
Look, stress is what is the symptom? What is the sickness, the illness that sent him into the grave?
And I look like new money.
This is attractive to you all? This guy looks like a goon. This is attractive to you all? I just need you all to see this. This is attractive. This right here. This. This is attractive to you all? You all are hitting him up in his DMs, talking about, I'll get off this app right now.
So I'm not stressed about nothing. You don't see me stressed about my current circumstance because I know what my future look like.
You sound stressed, very much so.
Black men are the ones who are dying, Kendra. I'm glad you brought that up. The average black man dies at 67 years old, Kendra. Why? From stress. Because the world is beating him down. And don't nobody care. Don't nobody care about a black man being drugged through the mud. Don't nobody care. And so
he hates men himself. So what is he talking about? He doesn't care about no man. He calls men's children bastards. If a man touches a woman, she's used up and left over. He doesn't care about men.
I'm here because I care. And so for those black men, for the black men who can take from here on out, let this be the template. Let me see you brothers come on here from here on out, just like this. Get your masculinity up, brother. Get off the internet. Get your masculinity up. Get in the gym. Get your nose bloody. Start exercising. Get with other men and start to build in your community. Get off the grid for a while. Get your masculinity up. Then come back and holler at these broads. They're gonna be all over you, dog.
Broads.
Okay, I'm just gonna go through the super chats.
Yes,
I think it said, listen, for all the women in the chat that are hating on a good man, it's simply because y'all all lack understanding in what the brother is saying. And also, Kendra, don't consider yourself a boss chick, in my opinion. You are a queen with a splendor and character. Okay, well, thank you.
Appreciate the comment.
What I would say to this, my definition of a boss chick is a woman who's about her money and who built her brand. So this is why I would tell all women to have your own. Point blank, period. Whether it be a disadvantage or not, I believe in having your own money. I was raised by both of my parents. Yes. And you said put you on to game. My daddy put me on to game. And my daddy raised me to be able to take care of myself. So he's like, whatever you want in this world, figure out a way that you can take care of yourself so you won't have to be under anybody's beck and call. And I also saw that. I saw women who had to tolerate things I would never want to tolerate because of financial purposes. Yes. I saw women who was tolerating things from men, and I would watch as a child, like, I never want to be treated like this. I never want to, and these could be wives, I'm not going to give our family business. Yes. But for me, I didn't feel as though they were happy, but financially they couldn't make a move. So for me, it taught me, okay, if I have my own money, I can have healthy relationships because now my livelihood isn't dependent on a man's income. So I suggest all women to have your own bank, figure out a way to make it for yourself, and then you find someone to enjoy life with. That's just my own personal advice. I know there's men that would disagree with it, but that is what it is.
May I respond to that, Kendra, or are you just gonna keep going? Okay, because I know you said you want to kind of speed things up. I disagree from this standpoint here because everything in this world is judged by the results. How has that information served you? Yes, you're successful, Kendra. We know that, and nobody's knocking you, Kendra. You know what I'm saying? You be on tip. You be turned. Everybody know that. And if you're knocking her for that particular part, then you a hater. Awesome don't do no hating. I'm just saying in terms of it makes for women for bad partners, which is the word I hate. it makes for a bad girlfriend or a bad wife, because what happens is the money goes to a lot of women's heads. Like all of a sudden.
Yes, it does go to a woman's head, rightfully so. If having money makes for a bad female partner, then that should let you know that there is something about having her own which liberates her. Yes, it goes to her head, and it should. And this is what they don't want. They don't want you to know that you can walk out. They don't want you to know that you can leave. They don't want you to be able to leave. I've been ever since they destroyed TikTok, I've been spending a lot of time on Reddit, and they have a lot of forums over there that I look into. And I saw a woman, her man was a miserable wretch. And she legit could not get away from him because he convinced her to not work, and then she had these children and all this other stuff. And now once she was financially stuck, he started acting the effing fool. Now she's on Reddit trying to figure out how she can get out. She doesn't have a way to get an apartment. She can't get away from this man, and the man is terrorizing her in the home. So no, they don't want you to know that you can leave. Look at Kendra's face. Kendra, say what's on your mind, girl.
You're no longer fit to a black man can't say, hey baby, you can't go outside that. Put that on. You know what I'm saying? You ain't dressed, you ain't maybe you ain't wearing that out there. You doing too much.
Why would a man be telling a woman what she can't put on like she's a child? If you are with a person, right? If you are with a person who's aesthetic, if you all are not a good match and you all are not able to talk, this is a man who says he doesn't believe in therapy. You all are not, what he believes in is talking to what he considers to be a male god. Oh my gosh, ladies.
You gonna tell me I made 200,000? What? And now you know what I mean? And listen, if some sucker guy want to sit up, now listen, there's a lot of black men who.
Yes, she would rather be alone and wearing what the fuck she wants to wear than being in a relationship with you, goddamn. What is it that you're not understanding? She would rather be alone and wear what she wants to wear, because whatever it is, sir, that you're bringing into the relationship is not worth it. It's not worth her considering what it is that you have to say, because what are you bringing? You're bringing dust and shelter roaches into the relationship. What are you bringing? This is why she's leaving out the house dressed in an outfit to attract someone else, because she is out there trying to maximize her short-term or long-term mating strategy. And she saw that you wasn't about shit. And she said, let me put on this mini skirt and go out the house with my breasts looking boobalicious, because I need to get a backup plan than you. Women they produce oxytocin, which is the binding chemical, at a rate 5 times that of men. Women love to settle down. You see, he got women that are in his DMs right now saying, I'm going to get off this app if you just write me back. What happens between that initial DM and her walking out the door in a mini skirt? What happens? What have you done or not done in that relationship that had her so gung-ho to settle down? And then once she saw what you were really about, she had to go throw on a damn deep cut V-neck and some coochie cutter shorts. Oh my goodness. Let us go ahead. It is time for us to take another dance break, right? Oh, not the bed bugs. Oh my Lord. I thought shelter roaches were bad enough. Now the bed bugs. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, let's see. Let's see what we have. All right, come on, get up out your seat. It's time for us to dance. All right, come on. Listen, this is a 2.5-minute song, so come on, let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, 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 hey. something else. That was very tiring, y'all. That was very tiring. Oh. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and get those apples. Whew. Hey. Hey. Woo. Woo. Oh my goodness. All right. So Carmel says, thank you for your voice. Oh, I appreciate that. Are you all enjoying the show? Because I feel like this is a long one and I feel like I'm all over the place because this thing is all over the place. He's 44 years older than his daughter. How? He's 46. Is he 46? I thought he was going to be 45. I don't even yeah. I don't know what's happening with the dude, honestly. L sends $10 through or... Yeah, thank you, L. I appreciate that. Let me give some hearts here. Whew. And let us grab this and put some hearts here. Oh, my goodness. Thank you all so much. All right, so let's see. If you want to send an apple through, go ahead and do $Tonya TKO. It is a verified account, so you know you're sending it to the right place. All right, let's take a look and see what else we have here because this is a lot. I want to know, are you gaining anything from this video? Because this man and this show is very tiring. Look at Kendra's face, but like, Kendra, you platformed this man. I mean, you said you want healthy relationships, but is this man in any position to be looking for a woman and he lives in a shelter? He hasn't been able to stand on his own 2 feet and he's looking to bring a woman into what? This is chaos. This is chaos. Yeah, he said he's 44 and that he's going to be 45 soon. So, yeah. I don't know. I want to see what your thoughts are about what it is that you've heard and seen so far from this man. Because this right here, that what I'm seeing and hearing is just pure craziness. Like, I don't know what this man is doing. And why is this coming out like this? This is not supposed to be like that. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, this is unbelievable. Lord have mercy. All right, there we go. Perfect. Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable. These men, like people like him think, well, he is fooling people because he claims that he got people writing him. And I believe him because I see how desperate women are for any piece of a man. All right, let's get into the rest of this. All right.
Suckers, the majority of them. There's very few men like me. So I want to 100% say that we are in the minority in this regard. Hopefully it won't always be this way, but we are in the minority, especially men like me. So I know that there's more than enough opportunity out there for a woman to get a guy like that if that she so chooses. The problem is you're not going to respect him. That's the problem, Kendra. You get a man that you don't respect. And then now,
let me ask you ladies out there, let's just take a quick survey because there's people from all over. There's 200 people on Facebook, 600 people on YouTube. So there's 800 people on this stream. Thank you all so much for coming through. Thank you. Wow, that's loud. That is really loud. Okay, thank you for coming through. And there's one person on Twitch. So thank you, Twitchy. Would you respect a man who is out there dating and living in a shelter? He doesn't have a pot to pee in. Would you respect him, this person that you're seeing on the show? Would you respect him? If he came up to you and he's giving this pitch, would you respect him? As a human being, sure. You have respect, blanket respect for human beings at large. However, would you respect him as a man and someone who would lead you when he has not demonstrated that he has the ability to lead himself? Would you respect this man, right? If you would, put up the number 2. If you wouldn't, put up a 0. I want to see who would respect him. I want to see who would respect him. I want to see. He is not respectful adult male, he isn't respected for his mindset. And the women are saying no, that they wouldn't respect him. No. Nope, absolutely not. Nope, no. Exactly. Who would respect this? Who would respect this? Hell no, not at all. No, I would be scared. All right, 0. He raises my gator. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is what I'm saying. Who is going to respect a person who is out there trying to date and he doesn't have a pot to pee in? This is unbelievable. And he's talking about how he's a man and he's a winner, but he's failing. He's failing. Is it great that he stepped up to take care of his child? A child that was born out of his hoery. And he's talking about how it's a woman's job to guard her box. So he admits that he ain't shit. That men out there, by and large, by his own opinion, ain't shit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Because you're like, man, I don't respect this guy, not because he don't have the money, but because he doesn't stand up. Because he doesn't have and so she continues to push. She continues to push. And now she's looking for you to stand, but she's broken him all the way down. There's nothing left. Now he's bitter because you have a lot of black men who are bitter. You know what I mean? Because that's why you see all these, a lot of these cornball podcasts in some regards. A lot of you brothers are corny. Kendra do have a point in this regard. I'm talking about the ones that consistently complain about women. I'm not really into complaining about women like that, bro. That's not really what I do. I'm into making it happen. I'm not into complaining. I'm not throwing no names out there specifically. There are some that I do like. Shout out to the few that I do like.
Wasn't he just talking about how he hates his baby mama and wants her to do poorly? Wasn't he complaining about single mothers? Wasn't he complaining about his daughter's first mother who had a man or a young man up inside the room? Look, come on.
But I'm talking about to the ones that complain. Everything is a complaint. And then they specifically put another race of women over black women. I don't like that. I don't support none of that, Kendra. Here's the number one rule in life. Y'all better listen to Awesome. Accept your own. Be yourself.
But Awesome. I do want to get to the super chat. But you know you have a baby by a white woman, right?
Yes, Kendra, because I'm a goon. We've been through this.
What I'm just saying is this is I'm not going to walk in. No, because here's the deal. I want to hear you, but you got to understand the walk-in contradiction that a guy would say. You're saying be with black women, but yet you have a baby by a white woman.
Yes, so, Kendra, because I'm saying, listen, Kendra.
Okay. I'm just saying, okay, but
I get it. You're not wrong. Kendra, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're just incomplete. Don't be me. Be better than me. I'm not trying to.
Okay, we're gonna have to do one word responses. Okay, this one says,
be better than me.
Real men go to therapy.
So he wants a woman that's better than him so that he could lead someone better than him. Can't you see that you are not demonstrating leadership? And you are a walking contradiction and you're talking about order. This is chaos. You want a woman who is better than you, who thinks better than you, who acts better than you, but that you would come above and then lead. You are not demonstrating that you are worth the leadership that you're talking about. You're not showing that you're worth a damn.
Second, you had a baby out of wedlock. So how do you dare call another child a bastard? Get yourself together before you attempt to date.
All right, great. Okay, let me get to that. Number one, my daughter's no bastard because her father takes care of her. Her father accepted her. Her father has signed her birth certificate, and she has my last name. She was named by me. So she's my seed. I know you dummies out there don't understand this, but...
And he's calling people names. This white woman didn't want your half-black baby. And she pushed that baby out and dropped her off. And because of the misogyny in which we live, there is no word for the children of abandoned mothers. There's a word for children of abandoned fathers. But this is not something that is uncommon. Many women who have gotten impregnated by black men decided that they were not going to throw their white future away by walking around with a fluffy-headed little baby. And they gave the babies up. They put them in orphanages all over the world. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
This is my seed. You just the incubator, baby. These are men's seeds.
Do you see him just using the same words? This is the same word. Now he's calling a woman's womb the incubator. The egg is larger, has more genetic material than the sperm. The sperm is smaller, and I'm hearing reports that it's the egg that pulls forth the best sperm, and it kills and it pushes out the other ones. It snaps the heads off of the flagellum. So women are more than just incubators. That baby is made up of that woman's bones. The calcium that fills that baby came from the mother's bones, from her teeth. More than just the incubator. The mother's temperament, how she felt, her emotions. Listen, when that baby heard the beat of God, it was the mother's heartbeat. A woman's body is more than just an incubation. Half of the genetic material for that child, she gets her X chromosome from her mother. And she got another X chromosome from him, saying if that is the baby, his child. Because he even said it's daddy's maybes. So, unbelievable.
Named by me. So she's my seed. I know you dummies out there don't understand this, but this is my seed. You just the incubator, baby. These are men's seeds. So this is a black baby raised by me, and who my seed, I have deemed her worth.
This nigga thinks that this half-white baby is black. You see what I'm saying? The baby has white skin and straight hair. I hope he's done a DNA test. But he's now claiming that the baby is black, and he's going to start talking about all these black broads and bees out there, right? These black bitches. And his daughter is what? Queen of the black bitches? Or a hierarchy above because she's a half-white black bitch? This is unbelievable.
So when her father deems her worthy, she is so. I'm talking about to these black women who got...
You don't fucking deem any human being worthy. A person is born with inherent worth. Who the fuck are you? You living in a shelter. What is your deem worth? A human being is born with inherent value. You don't deem or undeem a thing or anyone valuable. Like, this dude is unhinged. He's out of his doggone mind. So he's not right.
These are men's seeds. So this is a black baby raised by me, and who my seed, I have deemed her worthy. So when her father deems her worthy, she is so. I'm talking about to these black women who got these bastards. I say the word again. I don't care if you like it either. Get your
bastard child was a child that's created not in marriage.
Yeah, they was, but there's another part to that Kendra that's missing as well. Like when you look up the definition of a true bastard baby. So it's not just that. It's a child it's an illegitimate child. Now, you know what I'm saying, that a man basically steps away from and says, hey, like, you know, big mama, like we was just like you were saying, our big mama got the kid, and you know, big daddy, you know, he got his little thing across the Kendra, that's always been the way. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's women. Women have to, this is why.
No, you stupid motherfucker. This hasn't always been this way. Excuse me for calling him names. I did not mean to. I didn't mean to. Before the patriarchy, children were communal. There was none of this ownership. The community raised the children. The children that were born of this tribe were of the tribe. There was no bastard, nothing. This is the white man's construct. The white man who has governed, raped, and buck-broken you, that you over here, bussy popping in the white man's shelter, holding the white man's baby, the white man's daughter's baby. So happy that you were able to get the daughter of a white man to push out an offspring for you. But it has not always been that men demonized and assigned worth to whether or not a father, quote unquote, wanted the baby. Because babies were born in the community and they belonged to the entire tribe. Everyone raised the children and they were a family. Everybody was a family. But now these men want to try to go around spreading their semen willy-nilly and then demonize you and the child if he chooses not to stick around. Now that they privatized women's labor. You know how we pass land down? And then they tried to make it so that women could not pass land. Oh, we don't have our timer on. Made it so that women could not receive, inherit, or pass down land. The land was tilled by the women. The plants were grown by the women. And when it was time to pass the land down, it originally went down through the matriarchal line. Women passed down the land because the women were the ones who were working the land, who were the original apothecaries and medicine women. The original shamans were women. This man doesn't know his history, but he's talking about the books that he reads, calling other people stupid and that there's only one truth. No, motherfucker. The truth needs to be tested before something can be deemed true. And what you're saying is categorically a lie. There haven't always been bastard babies. This is an idea brought up in the minds of small men. Small men. And I'm irritated that we have been forced to listen to this man filibuster for nearly 3 damn hours about how good and great he is, that he's been platformed and put before to seem like some feasible mate. What type of relationship is going to come of this?
So important. I'll tell my daughter this. Baby, you have to be virtuous. Because in the end, men are going to take whatever you offer. This is why daddy suggests don't never go in no man's house unless you're ready to go. You don't go in no man's house. I don't care what he say. I don't care if you need to use the bathroom, eat. You don't go in no man's house. Your daddy told you that. Why? Because you don't put yourself in compromising positions. Women have to become more virtuous, Kendra. If they become more virtuous, men rise to the level. You don't have this issue.
So you're not a fucking leader. You're a fucking follower, and you're looking for a woman to goddamn lead you, bitch. Don't you understand what you're saying? Lead me, and I will rise to the level to which you are leading me to. Because I will not choose to lead myself. This is what he's saying. Why is it that we are not paying attention?
This is facts.
All right. This one says you don't get kudos for doing what you're supposed to do. That's
great question.
As a raising your child.
Kendra, that's great. I got to get to that. Because I hear that. I hear that a lot.
Why is she letting this man go on and on and on?
I always hear that from black women that don't want to acknowledge me, but yet you want to condemn me. See, that's the phoniness, the two-facedness that they like to play. They want to hedge their bet. Kendra, how many black men can you name that's out the street, changed their whole life overnight, and had their child since the very day their child came out, never made not one excuse, never asked for one super chat, never asked for one cash app, and went and picked up trash at Popeyes to put food in his daughter's stomach? You a clown. And you just hate black men. Kendra, I'm telling you, if I was white, they would have put me on CNN and gave me a plaque. Let me have Ben Russell. But because I'm black, you don't want to acknowledge me. You hate black men.
This victim mentality, and he's talking about people hate black men. You hate black men. This is why you call the children of men bastards. When a man abandons a baby, it's the baby's fault. The baby is called a bastard. The baby has lowered worth because a man did not deem worth into the child. This man is unhinged.
And I hate you too.
What?
Okay, we're gonna stop right here. I think here's the. I'm not a.
You women like.
Let me say this. I want to say this because I hate this. I hate this war that we have between black women and black men. Now, I have to say there's a lot of things I do not agree with what you said, but I can agree to disagree. I do want to see you do well in life. I know you are not into therapy, and I'm not even trying to change you, but I think that there's a lot of trauma that you've been through that has made you this person, and maybe you enjoy being who you are. So what I'm saying may just go down, like you said, a water off a duck's back. So maybe it doesn't matter to you, but I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you. And I really do want to see you do the best in life. There's a lot of things I personally disagree with. And I would say this, you mentioned a younger girl.
Groot, he's done.
Super chat, but we didn't get, I can't go through all these super chats. We'll be here for another 2 hours. That's the same age as your daughter. So you want to date a girl that's the same age as your daughter?
You said you got to get other people.
No. What I was going to say is you said you want to date. I did want to say this because you said there was a 26-year-old girl that you're considering and your daughter's 26. So you want to date a girl the same age as your daughter?
Well, yeah, I would date her. Absolutely, I would date her. I'm not going to let her age disqualify her. And Kendra, I want to say this too. It's so much. Kendra, if I got so much trauma, how can I take care of my daughter with such a loving hand?
Two things can
Kendra,
be
here's
true
the
at
thing.
once.
You be loving and have trauma.
Kendra, let me tell you something. I'm a man. I'm a man. Men push through. Men forge through fire. Life is all about trauma. There's no being great, Kendra, without being forged through fire. Every great man that I admire has been through trials. Attila the Hun.
Every human being has been through trials. This is what we're doing here on earth. The women who have been abandoned by these men and they have these children, that's part of their story. So he can respect Attila or these other men. He can respect the baby leaver, but not the baby stayer. The person who stayed with the baby gets disrespected. This is what I'm saying. Go plan B and go order your pill from overseas if need be and do what it is that you need to do.
Harold Hardrada, Genghis Khan, you know what I'm saying, Malcolm X, Dr. King, Muhammad Ali. Every great man that I admire has been through Jesus. Every great man is going to be he's going to be tested. So that's because the test is to let you know if you truly belong. That's the test. Are you really worth? I failed a lot of tests, Kendra. I want to say that.
Sir, I would say this also. I mean, you've been through, I don't know all the traumatic things, and you've probably been through more, but you shared that your dad killed your mother. That's traumatic. That's a traumatic experience.
Well, yes, Kendra, but here's the thing. I have to understand something else. God said, God's not emotional. I want to 100% say this. God is not emotional. He giveth and he takes.
Which God is not emotional? The one who was jealous and killing and drowning people? That's not emotional? This man, there's something wrong with him.
He said, your time is up. That's what he said. Now, yes, I miss my parents. I would love to be able to buy my father a nice suit, especially when I was some of the days I would have nice things and how I would think about how he did not. I would love that. I would love to be able to give my mother some of the things that she never had. I never had that opportunity, right? So
what are you going to give them, a pizza?
Is somehow regain my humanity and my soul through her. Well, I did that.
Where?
Well, she's over there behind me.
Where's the baby?
Why not? Okay. Well, listen. Okay. So awesome. You are on the app. You said women are reaching out. I gotta go. Let me get to these other people who are also looking for love. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yes.
You would. I mean, and you didn't come for me, so that's fine. So I just think that I wish you well. I pray for you, and I pray for the woman that signs up for you, because that's you. You are a lot, and maybe there's a girl that would see this, but I'll be quite honest. I would not recommend anybody I knew personally to date you.
And Kendra, and first of all, I appreciate you putting a disclaimer. I know that at the end of the day, you cannot subscribe to anything that I say. I get it. It's the way things are designed, right? But I will say this, and I like, first of all, I want to thank you for having me back. You had me once, and then you had me again. You accepted my invitation, come back on. So I want to thank you for that. Shout out to my girl Figgy for, you know what I'm saying, for putting the super chat out there. Because I wanted her to know that I will be back on. I couldn't see what you were saying, and I didn't even watch it because I didn't want my.
All right, let's wrap this up. Awesome. This is the last final moment. What you got to say?
Okay, I want to say shout out. I already shouted, and I want to thank you. I want to thank the black men and women that did reach out. I want to, say whether you like me or dislike me, everything I said cannot be disproven, right? You might not like it, you might not like my delivery, such is life. But I didn't tell any lies. There's nothing phony about me. I don't cap. I've really been where I've been. I really am where I am, and I'm really going where I'm going. And shout out to the women who.
And so this is what Kendra has this man on the internet doing. I just had to speed this up because I don't care.
Who act, move, and behave like men. So our community suffers as a whole, and that's the issue. I wouldn't ever want that long term for my daughters.
Okay. All right. Well, I wish you the best.
Thank you, Kendra, and I wish you the best as well. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay. Here he goes, ladies. His name is Awesome Dre on the Kendra D Singles dating app.
Unbelievable. This man looked like funk. Just look. This is what came up on my screen. Still, the funky pursed lips like he's smelling something stink. This is too much. This is too much. That disturbed my whole spirit and soul. That was just terrible. That was a lot. So let's go ahead and talk about the self-love lessons. Let me see. There's some apples that have come in. Let me read these apples real quick.
AWESUM. Send him a DM if you think you are the woman for him. That's right. Shoot your shot. Or you can scroll down and click on the heart or the star or even send.
Let me get this off the screen. My bad, y'all. This is unbelievable. It was draining, but I'm glad that we did this on a Sunday where we had time to just sit down. All right. So Karma sends making my Sunday afternoon. This major this was something. This was something. So I appreciate that because this was a lot. Angela sends through 333, says for channel support. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And let's see. Michelle for the video sends through $5. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't even know what to say. Honestly, this was a lot. If she's trying to promote women not to go on the app, then she did a good job. You think exactly. Someone is overstimulated. He looked like Timar Dr. Omar. I don't even know who that is. That was definitely terrible for sure. So yeah, I mean, and then she's talking. So she has a dating app. And the types of people that I see, and she says people have gotten married from her show. So I don't know what's going on out there. Personally, I'm horrified by what it is that I saw, heard, and went through. Let's go ahead and get the self-love lessons up because there's a lot of self-love lessons. Let's see how much exercise did we get for this show. We got 16 minutes of exercise. So make sure you do an extra 10 minutes of exercise so you could get your 25 minutes in for the day. You could just dance to 2 5-minute songs and you will get your heart rate up, okay? I tried to do the best that we could, but some of the songs were short. So let's see what the self-love lessons are. There's 3 rules to the self-love lesson. It has to be stated from the I, me standpoint. It needs to be from the positive, affirmative. So no words like don't, never, not, and all of that. So I want to hear what your self-love lesson is. That was exhausting. That was exhausted. Oh, Dr. Umar. Okay, got you. Okay, got you. All right, so come on, let's see the self-love lessons. Type SLL and then put your self-love lesson, and I'll tell you what my self-love lesson is from this. This was terrible, y'all. Stay focused on myself. I value my peace, solitude, and singleness. I hear you. I will continue to stay single and at peace. I hear you. Yeah, that was a lot. Come on, let me see your self-love lessons. I will use discernment when it comes to dating and dealing with men. I hear you. Value myself and love myself always. I love myself enough to focus on healthy males. So talk about what you do want, please. Love starts from within. Yes. So prime beauty, switch that around to I love myself enough to focus on healthy males, healed males. So disgruntled, you have the word don't in there. So there's no don't, not, never. You have to talk from the positive affirmative. Seek therapy and be healthy. And it needs to be an I, me statement. I deserve to keep focused on peace. Yes. I got to be honest with you. I got to go take a nice cool shower. This was a lot. I'm going to wash my hair. I'm going to massage my scalp, massage my face. I'm going to use one of those Korean scrubbing brushes, and I'm going to scrub all my skin to get all this dust off of me. I am going to get my hair redone. I went and bought some, because you know I have a lot that's going on. So I went and bought some hair that is non-toxic to use. So I'm happy about that. So IK is saying alone. So leave. Let's not talk about what we don't want. Let's talk about what we do want. My self-love lesson is I value myself, my peace, and my pH. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I love myself enough to only have healthy relationships. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. In my new app, I'm going to have the ability to give apples to you all. I would give you an apple for that one because that SLL was stated perfectly. All right, so listen, I will see you all in the next video. I'm going to tell you what my self-love lesson is. My self-love lesson from today's video is about walking the talk. Walking the talk, like with my show, having integrity with who it is that I bring online, because I learned that a person coming on my platform gets my cosign by merely being on my platform. If I deem somebody worth talking to, they have that stamp of approval. And my self-love lesson is about valuing my time, my platform, my brand, and my image. Because I don't know if Kendra is really fully aware of the brand that she's created and whether or not this is a brand that screams healthy vetted men. Does it? All right, listen, on that note, I will see you all in the next video. I am going to shower, wash my hair, and scrub all this dust off of me. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much. My hair has grown some. And that hair, because my hair is yellow, but that hair left color on my hair. So I gotta go wash this out. All right, you all, I'll see you all in the next video. Yes, men like that are dangerous. They really are. But you know what? People gotta learn their lessons. Because he says women are in his DMs, so they gotta learn. They gotta learn.
Zumbando.